hello, hello. I was late because I'm sleepy and it's so hot. It's been so hot, guys. I'm burning alive. It's 100 degrees. How are you? Are you better than me? I hope it's not too hot for you. It's like I'm melting. My face gets super red. My face becomes a tomato. It's so red. And I had to shower and eat some dinner. I swore I was gonna have a stroke. Every time I go outside, especially in the afternoon or like in the evening, it's like at its peak, its highest temperature around like 5 or 4 p.m. I swear I'm gonna die. I feel like think of a scene from Rango where he's in the desert and Rango is like hallucinating that there's water. Rango is a movie about a chameleon. He's actually he was raised by humans. So he doesn't understand how the world works. So he ends up, you know, getting exposed to wild animals and nature and the life cycle, predators, prey. And he's hallucinating for a great portion of the movie because he's like, it's the desert in California. But without further ado, welcome. Yeah, I had to shower, guys. I walked in the house and I was like, I'm gonna pass out and die if I don't eat. And I need a bath. There's no way I'm gonna be in a good mood if I am all sweaty and heat exhausted. Yeah. So I had to push it to 7. I actually might be changing my schedule to start streaming at 7 p.m. because I'll be changing. Yeah. That's just one of the changes we'll be having. I'll tell you why later. I don't want to jinx it. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this game here, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. I might have to fix my Warudo reset camera. Oh no! It fixed it, but it also like made me disappear. Oh. Wait. Wrong way. Okay, that's better. I'm floating! Okay, this game is really cool. This is a visual novel horror. It's on itch.io. Down in the description below, they have 3 chapters. I've watched people play this game. It honestly looks like a lot of fun. It's super creepy. It kind of has like Stockholm Syndrome kind of vibes. Gotta fix my camera. Oh my goodness. Yeah, today's been a very long day. Hi. I got used to exercising in the heat. Once you do, it's not that bad. No, Dark Buddy, I would never. It works for some people, but you still have to be careful not to get a stroke. It says, I'm trying to get over Alias. She's already graduated. Aw, I'm sorry your Oshi's graduated, Evie. I like your cutesy models. Thank you, Nator Green. I know a lot of people prefer cute, but I like sexy too. Sometimes I want to have a sexy model. For this game, we're going to need a cute model because we're going to be traumatized. I'll do a roll call. Damon 01020. Like Bender 011001. Nator Green, Nimble the Deadly Nator. Evie, Jordan, Dark Buddy. We got PK. Welcome, welcome. Since you are first, I will do roll call and we'll greet everybody who comes in after. So this Yeah, you guys are gonna be traumatized for sure. You wake up in a house you don't recognize with a man you don't recognize that claims he's your lover. Uh oh, it's about to turn into a Yowie game. You can't remember a thing about your life or who you were. Now you must spend the next 5 days leading up to your alleged anniversary. Aw, super spooky. You have amnesia, exploring the house to try to find answers to your questions, or better yet, an escape. The demo contains 2 full days. The main character is mainly referred as gender neutral, and pronouns are rarely used because they're trying to give everybody the opportunity to put their POV, which I think is like first perspective. POV, people use that a lot in games, like RPG games, like role playing games. Though you were given the choice. So you can customize like the character's pronouns. So it can be like a he or a she or whatever you prefer. There's 2 main routes, but no official ending in demo. Disclaimer, the game contains dark themes such as body horror, gore, unsettling imagery, drug use, forced amnesia, and some weird form of Stockholm syndrome, plus appeasement. I guess, it's gonna get sensual, guys. Get ready, it's gonna get sensual. Nature Green says no, exercise in the mornings or at night. Yeah, exercise at dawn or dusk, which means like less sun exposure, especially when it's hot. It's different. It's different if you're exercising in 80-degree weather or 70-degree weather. Then that's not really hot to me. I'm in 100-degree weather. Weather. I said wither. You're gonna wither away if you're exercising in intense heat. I get it if you're exercising at like, let's say it's cloudy, but it's like 90 degrees and maybe you have less sun exposure, but intense heat is bad for you. You can get you can get delusional and have a heat stroke. Delusional sounds hilarious, but the heat stroke doesn't. Heat stroke sounds horrible. The game also contains loud noises, flashing lights, and screen shaking. Developer notes this game has nothing to do with John Doe. This game is the early stages of development, so please expect bugs and glitches. If you could tell me anything you find would be heavily appreciated. I will be regularly updating the demo and fixing my bugs that are brought to my attention. You can download the game. I have to download it? Can't I just play it in browser? This is all by Julian. Julian is the creator. Dang it, I have to download it. I'm upset. I don't like downloading games. Unless it's through Steam. Alright, can I get the full version? Is it just the demo? No, Julian! I want the full version! Okay, guys, bear with me. I guess you do have to download the game. Okay, I'm downloading. I trust you, Julian. Julian! Warning, this game contains anime, says PK. Yes, this is gonna be heavily anime, guys. You gotta get prepared. Anime's a whole different world of niches and fetishes. I ate a piece of chocolate before I got onto live stream, and now I'm quietly choking on chocolate. This chocolate is like Dove. It's very creamy and rich. And I swear you just have to down it with like milk or hot coffee. It like it's stuck. It's too creamy. It's like eating peanut butter. Peanut butter is way too creamy. Hi, I'm ready, says Zane. Okay, let me extract. Extract all. If you don't know, sometimes when the game is an extract compressed zipped folder, it's better to use the option extract all. I thought I could just bypass it and just extract. I guess not. The game file was like, Ruby, you're gonna have to extract all the files. Okay, whatever, I guess. Alright. Get a drink, get a snack, because it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get crazy. I need to readjust my windows. Readjust my windows. Windows has been adjusted. Beep, 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 beep. Oh no. Warning. Contains anime and violence. Is that as good as I can get it to be? I'm gonna move you guys under me. I gotta protect you. I gotta protect buddies. I have to protect you from this weirdo. He's gonna be a weirdo. There it is. Okay, I'm sitting on top of you. Oh no, my logo. Just move it over. Ta-da! I hope you're ready. It's called You Make This House a Home. Just know it is the demo game, so it does have glitches. How do I fix this? This is gonna drive me crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy. Oh. Ooh, very femboy. Oh my, okay, can you guys hear it? Hold on a second. I have to make sure you can hear it. Window capture. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. All right. Start. Is there like no music? This game contains heavy gore. Please decide the level of intensity you want your gore. Well, full body gore or censored? It's YouTube. YouTube's gonna freaking body slam me. It has to be censored, but if you love gore and you're playing the demo, then you can always use this option. Wait, huh? There will be a large box over gory images. This game also contains jump scares and a chase scene. Oh, I didn't think it would turn into FNAF or something. Does that stress you out? Yes, I want to avoid them. No, I'm alright with them. Yeah, scare us, please. We want the jitters. You're a weirdo. I'm ready, Like SpongeBob, so cute. Dark Buddy says, the trick is going to be 15 to 20 minutes each day. That way you can slowly accumulate to it. Aw, well, giving pro tips. Thank you, Dark Buddy. But cool, have fun. Thank you for your cooperation. Woof. Enjoy the demo. Monday, 9:38 a.m. Huh? Wakey, wakey. It's time to start your day. What is your name going to be? I'm gonna name it Buddies. I'm gonna put you guys in the perspective of the main character. Alright, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't think there's anything going on. My mic is working. You slowly come to your senses. There seems to be a fuzz hindering your memory, like a cloud around your thoughts. Ugh. How is that, by the way? I trust you, says Nature Green. Thank you for trusting me. I'm guessing this is the femboy. I am aware that it's like a what the 18 plus only. You heard the chicken. So this is gonna be male. It's gonna become a yaoi. Prepare yourselves for the yaoi experience. Come on, buddies. I've let you sleep in enough. I wish I could go deeper. You slowly open your eyes and suppress a noise of alarm as you're met with a tall, pale figure with dark clothes and jet black hair gazing down at you. I don't know, he looks very womanly. And when I first saw the game, I was like, this has to be a woman. I laughed so hard, my uterus hurt. Oh my goodness. I also started my period, so bear with me. I'm in so much pain. I took Midol to suppress it. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful lady. There you are, honey. You were already running a little behind. Okay, that voice works because he's a fanboy. Hey guys, I mean, he looks womanly enough. You were extremely confused, anxious, scanning the strange yet oddly familiar room. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I can answer them all at breakfast, okay? Forced to listen to this man, you hesitantly nod, earning a toothy grin from him before he slipped out of the room. Damn you, Tao! PK says, wood. Wood. I'm gonna hear you guys in the audience. Wood, yeah, wood, wood, wood. Wood, wood. Noot, noot. 1. Freak out. 2. Stay as calm as you can. I don't know, guys. What should we choose? Should we choose to freak out? I don't think so. Like, I think for now. Oh, that is a man, says PK. Pectorals! Don't be deceived. Those aren't boobs. Those are pectorals. I think I would be quietly freaking out, but I wouldn't be obnoxiously freaking out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see myself. I'm trying to fix my camera. Like, oh no. Oh gosh. There. Stay calm. I think so too. You close your eyes and take some deep breaths, opening them again when you feel ready enough to face whatever was downstairs. Is it Christmas? Am I opening up presents? Merry Christmas, everyone! And start opening up gifts. I would love that. That would be a great day to have amnesia like every Christmas. Every day is your Christmas. You get out of bed, your feet leading you towards the bathroom in your room. You had no idea that what was in there, yet it was like a muscle memory. Looking in the mirror, you feel a bit more at ease. You look at yourself deeply in the mirror. You know it's your face, but it feels wrong somehow. Maybe we got disfigured. Now we have amnesia. That sucks. I prefer having amnesia and we think it's Christmas every day. Sounds like 51st Dates, which is a Adam Sandler movie. He produced it. Yeah. I don't want to die. I don't want to die a prisoner, says Nature Green. But what if you don't know you're a prisoner? I guess, like, some people feel imprisoned in their bodies if they're not very mobile. So some people, like, they live with that every day. It really makes you think, you know, how fortunate it is to be able to move around. You can exercise. But sometimes we're just lazy and we're completely okay. We're completely neutral. We're like healthy. That is really scary though. When I watched the movie for 51st Dates, because this is about amnesia, she gets amnesia every day, but she remembers everything up until a certain day. It's based off a real story too, which makes it even sadder. Are we feminine? Do we describe ourselves as neutral? Are we masculine? I'm gonna go with masculine. I kind of want to do neutral, but I have mostly men as an audience. You're all men, so I might do masculine. I could do feminine for me. Nah, we have to do the majority. Uh, let's do masculine. You are. Kind of want to do neutral. Like, yeah, I guess. You will be referred to with they, them. No! I'm gonna get confused. I'm gonna get confused. Save. Can I go back? Let's do masculine. It's either he or she. If not, I'll get confused. I'll be like, who's they? It's not something I personally use, so it's just not something that comes naturally to me. You will be referred to as he, him. After refreshing up a bit and feeling much steadier, you head downstairs. It is now turned into a yaoi game. Congratulations! You are now playing a yaoi. Yahoo! Yaoi! As you advance downstairs, you're met with the pleasant smell of meat, as well as the soft sizzle of an oil on a pan. That better be olive oil. I don't like sunflower oil. It just makes the pan too sticky. It's an alternative to olive oil. You take a seat at the table, not knowing what else to do. I don't know, run away? Call for help? You're inside of an unknown environment, like a house. You don't know who you are. There's not much you can really do. You see the back of the stranger, now wearing a baby pink apron that seemed a touch out of place with his entire aesthetic. You also couldn't help but notice the odd way the stray locks of hair were floating over his head, as if stuck to the ceiling by the tips. Oh, you must like generate a lot of electricity. Normally when hair sticks up, it has to do with electricity and energy. Maybe they can go Super Saiyan or something. They might be an alien. Basis Nature Green. You do you, boo. Oh, silly Nature Green. Dark Buddy says, I don't think sunflower oil's as healthy as olive oil. Olive oil goes down easy, but Papa Roars uses sunflower oil. Please don't, it ruins your pans. I have to buy olive oil so he doesn't go to the store to buy sunflower oil. I have to beat him first when it comes to groceries. I guess he just likes the taste, but it's just very sticky when it's room temperature. When it's hot, it's less sticky. I just find it sticky regardless of the temperature it's at. You could hear him humming softly as he killed the heat of the stove and began platting the food. Oh my god, he's about to sing us to death. He's gonna sing our song. He's gonna sing us funeral song. Good morning, buddies. You're presented with a surprisingly adorable breakfast. I wish it was smiling at me. Excuse you. An adorable breakfast to me is like 2 eggs and bacon as the smile. I'm so goofy, but that's a cute breakfast. This is just an ordinary breakfast. It has to be like pancakes with blueberries and syrup and it just smiling at you. Designing a face on your breakfast is cute. But I guess this is... It's just a healthy breakfast to me. It could have been a sandwich if we had another toast. From what you could see, a golden brown toast bacon and a sunny side up egg with added specks and powders on the surface of like what exactly? It does not look like salt and pepper. So what powder dust? You could only assume to be various seasonings. Did you put like mushroom? You can put like lion's mane, shiitake. You can put like different mushroom spices. It adds a little bit of flavor, but not really. Just tastes salty to me, like adding mushroom seasoning. It literally is grounded up mushrooms. You can't remember if you ate meat or not. Would it even matter? I guess not. You should eat. I think you'll enjoy it. Time for breakfast! Excuse me, I burped. I don't know. Why should I eat what you made me? I don't even know who you are. Look, I reassembled it. Did he cut it for us? Damn, that mouth look real. I wonder if this is like the developer's mouth. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. 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 Sorry, I choked on that one. That was a joke, by the way, because like their mouth, they literally swallowed it. They did not chew. Their mouth was like a gaping hole. What about cannoli oil, says PK? It's not that bad, but I just prefer olive oil. It's not as sticky, and it can help you poop. If you're constipated, do a spoonful of olive oil. Evie says, lol. I don't think sunflower oil... One, thank you for breakfast. That would be the most polite, mannerism to have. You just fed us, but I don't know what the powder substance was. Clearly wasn't a normal seasoning. Two, who are you? I'm like choking on the food. Gulp, gulp. Who are you, mysterious man? I gotta fix my camera. Let me see. Because my face... I have to keep looking there. That's better. Oh my gosh, I fixed it. I keep looking down because it captures my face as if I'm looking up. It thinks I'm looking up, but really I'm just like looking normal. Anyway, because I keep looking like this the whole time. I just want to fix it. Thank you for... Actually, we should ask who he is. Let's save. Our choices matter. Return. Hello, Xavier! Welcome, welcome! Miss Ruby! Kitten bunny girl ball of fur, queen chatterbox. Thank you. We're gonna ask who he is. Goodness. Straight to the point today, aren't we? My name is... You can call me Cole. Now that introductions are out of the way, what would you like to know, my dear? Do we only get one question out of all these three? Where am I? Who am I? What are you? He's clearly a man. I think. I'm confused. Are you sure you're a man? That's so dumb. I'm joking, by the way. How are we doing? Thank you, Xavier. We're doing good. We're just chilling. I'm gonna ask not who I am. I don't want them to know I have amnesia, but I can assume they know I have amnesia. I don't know why your hair's sticking up like that. I just want to get scissors and cut it. Cut the hair. I would just shave them bald. That would be like an unsuppressed thought. It's like the thought you have in the back of your head that you should not act on, but you do it anyway. That's so bad. Don't do that to people. Don't shave them bald if their hair sticks up like this. It looks sticky. This right here, I don't know why. Tell me why why does it look like that? Is it for the bugs? Why does he have all this paper back there? I don't understand. Howdy, says Scribbly. Welcome, Scribbly. We're gonna choose. Where am I? I don't care who or who he is. I think I care more about where we are. We should assess the situation first. Also, I saved so we can come back. We're home, says Cole. This house is a place I brought fresh out of the high school. We spent a lot of time in here together. Oh, did we? It'll be our 2-year anniversary by the end of this week. Sometimes I wish you could. I wish you could still remember. 2-year anniversary? And no one's pregnant yet? I'm kidding. 2 years is a long time for some people. 2 years is a long time for me. They should be married with babies by now. I know some people who are in a relationship for 6 to 8 years, but by that time you should be married for sure. Taking a sip of coffee. 2 years? I've been in this house for 2 whole years. I'm gonna give you guys my voice. Oh. Yeah, duh! Jabong, did it not pass your mind you gave away how long we've been here? That's not healthy. PK says his hair looks like he's gonna get struck by lightning in a few minutes. Can you imagine his hair floating above the outlet and it going That would only work if it had metal in the hair. I'm guessing he's supernatural. No, you've only started living here with me a handful of months ago. A handful sounds like a year, Cole. But then, why can't I remember a single day of any of it? Why don't I remember you? For your safety, of course. Why? Are you a serial killer? Am I gonna remember who he is? And he turns out to be some, like, mass murderer. And he wants us to forget because our safety, in order for him not to kill us, we can't remember he's like some criminal. That is so devastating. Your caretaker's like some serial killer. That would make a really great movie. And like, you're trying to uncover the truth. This is a really good premises. You wake up and like the whole story at first starts off like you're the one with the problem. You have issues. Life isn't fair. And then it turns out like there's some deeper involvement of like other people. They like made you sick. Scary. I want a relationship, says Natal Green. It's a lot of responsibility. Sorry, I almost burped. Scribbler says he just rubbed a pillow on his head for 24 hours straight. He's super electrified. The things your mind had gone through. It was the safest option to have you forget. Maybe it's best to leave it at that. For now. Dun-dun-dun. He glances at your empty plate, as if double-checking that you ate it all. This is super creepy. How's the music? Would you look at that? You're all done with breakfast. He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water. This is super eerie. Look, there's photos on the fridge. I wonder what that is. We gotta sleuth around, guys. You're free to roam around the house and explore if you want. You stand from the table, feeling a little less uneasy now that you have had food in your system, and your most pressing question somewhat answered. Not really. He technically didn't answer anything. A load of baloney is what that line is. 1. Explore the house. 2. Stay put. Now I'm getting the hell out of here. Explore the house. You decide to explore. Look around the downstairs. Saving so we can return to those options. Head upstairs. I want to get as far away from him as possible. Let's go upstairs. You decide to take a look upstairs. Once you reach the top of the staircase, you can scan the upstairs. There is a chandelier above you. It stands out quite a bit against the bland colors of the home. It looks antique. The second floor itself is modest and very simple, with only 3 doors that you could see. One with a sign that had your name on it, one with the wooden boards over it, and another tucked away and locked tightly. I wonder who's in that bedroom. I want this responsibility, says Nator Green. Nator Green! Well, take it at your own pace. Evie says, for me, I will get back onto the relationship game. I will be more careful on who I choose. Yeah, guys, just never rush into a date for the fun of it. And if you like them enough, go on more dates. But don't, just date to get to know people. I wouldn't say go straight to hooking up and stuff, because that can really disorient where your feelings are. You want your feelings to develop before you get serious. I think that's why relationships get... The music's so creepy. I think that's why relationships tend to end faster nowadays. People rush into it, and instead of taking their time, they end up having a lot of regrets. Because they don't think thoroughly about, for example, everyone has a different lifestyle. Where do you want the relationship to go? I'd rather just have friends than lovers. I'd rather have just people to hang out with than have people to make out with. Some people are different. I'd rather really just have good company than focus on, like, romantic relationships, if that makes sense. I guess for me, that's just my, that's my preference. I'm not too crazy about, I don't feel this deep desire to, I want very, romantic. That's just not me. I'm a romantic person, but I'm just not... That's not my, immediate go-to when I think about getting to know people. For some people, it is. I guess they're, some people really like to be affectionate and receive affection. For me, physical love is not... there's 5 different languages of love. And for me, physical language of love is not... That's, the last priority of my list. I think I enjoy, they have physical love, They have affirmation love, task oriented love, gift giving love. I think the fourth one is time, giving your time, quality time. Those are 5 different languages of love, and everybody has a different go to language for love. Some people really feel like the affection comes from verbal affirmations or from spending quality time together. They're all like different ways people feel that they express their love or prefer to receive love. Some people, it is like gift giving, giving them gifts. And that's how the couple shares, like, that's how they tell each other they care about each other. It doesn't have to be all 5 all at once. I think that's overwhelming. Gift giving, verbal affirmations, quality time. Like, I don't want to be bombarded or love bombed. I would be exhausted. I get exhausted very easily socially, which is why I do streaming, because there's only so much I can do interacting with people. I get I get really tired. There's only so much. My energy, I'm just not the kind of person who's gonna be at a bunch of social gatherings. I can handle socializing at work settings because it's not like I'm interacting with 30, 40, 50 people at a big gathering event. Like at that point, I'm tired. So when I come home, I'm like moderately exhausted from socializing with coworkers. That's just me as a person. It says, Nature Green says, for me, it would mean a lot to be hugged or hold hands. It's been a while. So physical affection is probably your priority in the love language. These are really fun conversations to have with people on dates. Like, hey, have you heard of the 5 languages of love? Be sure to check out the website so you can do a deep reading and also get to know what your love language is, so you learn more about yourself and what you like and what you don't like. Scribble. I went through a few bad relationships, but I learned from those and am just taking this current one slow. It's pretty chill right now and not too much. I don't like being overwhelmed with stuff. Yeah, see? Like, not like for me, if I started receiving gifts, I get overwhelmed. A simple gift is enough for me. Some people, other than myself, some people want gifts. Some people want a teddy bear for Valentine's Day. They want chocolates. They want flowers. For Valentine's Day, yeah, that sounds nice. I think I just want to go spend quality time together. I think that's my first. Like, we all have a certain rating for the 5 languages of love. So for me, it's probably like quality time. That's like my first priority one. I don't know. I'm just not this super. I don't know, how do I put it? When I go on dates, it's a lot different than being in a long term relationship. I feel like I'd be more comfortable with a physical affection and a more long-term relationship versus like just dating on and off. To me, that's not serious enough for me to physically and emotionally invest myself. Because like I said, I get really exhausted. I do. I'm like a vampire. I can only take so much. You could only assume this was Cole's room, the one locked up in chains. Everyone's different, but that's how I am. I just can't, guys. I'm probably an oddity. I don't think there's many people out there like me. And if there are, they're referred as asexual. Or arrow ace. I can vibe with arrow ace. I used to... People will ask you questions like that in high school or middle school because it's like about like relationships, it's about your sensuality. And for me, it probably would be arrow ace. I'm more about like just vibing with people than I am about like physical. Like that's not the first thing I'm looking for. Some people are looking for, oh, they have to be a great kisser or they have to be great in bed. And they have da 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 kind of on like a long list. I feel like if you actually really start developing a relationship, you can slowly learn how to give each other affection, physical affection. To me, it has to be like a build up with time, and not everybody's that patient. So I just kind of like, okay, sorry, I can't give it to you, man, but peace. See ya. I'm not your girl, which is okay. So that can happen a lot. I'm just like, nah, you're not the one. I'm not the one for you. Cool. It takes time, for not everybody, but everyone goes at a different pace. I definitely don't want to rush into anything. I do not want to end up pregnant, okay, guys? I'm almost 30, but I'd rather do it the traditional way. Get married, then have kids. Yeah, I'm just old-fashioned. Your room! The boarded room, the locked room. I want to see the locked room. The door looks like... Oh, wait, I forgot to save. Dang it! I forgot to save. I started talking about relationships because this game is about Stockholm Syndrome and a weird, wicked relationship. Locked room. The door looks like it's been modified. Where a doorknob should have been is a handle with large padlocks hanging off of it. If Cole has a key, it's hidden somewhere. I want to find the key. Your room, the boarded room. The boarded room, please. Huh? Some of these nails aren't that secure. Maybe there's something around you can pry them loose. Your room? Let's go to my room. As you enter the room, you stand in the doorway. You see your bed. A closet of 5 of the same sweaters hung up on the clothing hangers. The bathroom. And to your right, a short bookshelf with multiple random books, 2 framed with pictures, and a shoebox at the very bottom. You approach the bookshelf, shutting your bedroom door behind you. What are you most curious about? Oh. What the? Okay, gotta save. What the heck is this? You pick up the thin book. It was like one of those blank books you buy at the arts and crafts stores. You open it to see hand-drawn pictures inside. There were words scribbled beside each drawing. Was this Cole's handwriting? You know, buddies, I wanted to live forever so badly when I was little. I think I spent my entire life looking for you without even knowing it. How could I possibly want to live forever, knowing you end up dying before me? Well, this get freaky. If I was human too, would things be easier for us? You changed my life, you know. You made me better. Every point in my life was leading up to this. I just know it. I can change this one little thing, if it means I get to keep you by my side. Hell, I'd change everything. I'd do anything you wanted me to do if you just asked. I don't know about that one. I don't know. Some people out there would take that literally. Anything. No, there are some things you can never take back. And oh my goodness. No. Cole, why would you see that? They told me I'm driving you insane. You don't seem that insane to me. The beep, does that doctor know about you that I don't? I don't know. The doctor has a medical degree of education they received and passing exams. I think the doctor knows a lot more than you do. Why are you putting your hair in my head? That's gross. That's disgusting, Cole. Stop it. This is not how you extend my lifespan, you butthole. You don't need that. You need me, and only me. Dun dun dun. This is not love. This is not love, guys. This is possession. You're objectified by this creep. You're perfect. You always have been perfect to me. I can't stand to leave you, not when you're vulnerable like this. Just thinking about it makes me sick. Yeah, because what you did was messed up, Cole. It's disgusting. He's putting hair inside of our skull. I can leave everything behind if it means I get to move forward with you. Uh-oh. I love you. Ooh, getting freaky, says Scribbler. Why do I imagine Tweety Bird saying that? Uh-oh, it's getting freaky. Aw, Tweety. Da-da-da. Suddenly, you hear Cole's voice call to you from downstairs. Oh man, we ran out of time. Buddies, honey. It's time for lunch. Coming, dear. You step out of your room, closing the door shut behind you. As you descend the stairs, you see Cole waiting at the bottom expectantly. He smiled widely as he gently grasped your shoulder. Let me go! Let me go! I hope you're hungry. You open your mouth to say something, but you just sat in the chair once more. Uh-oh, he's gonna feed us something weird. Oh, alright. Dun dun dun. Monday, 1:30 p.m. Da-da-da. You're just so cute. You're presented with a normal-looking sandwich. Emphasis on normal. From what you could see, 2 slices of bread, lettuce, tomatoes, lunch meat, and the cheese. What about mayo? I want me some mayo and mustard. Nothing seemed too out of the ordinary. And pickles! I want pickles! I love pickles. You should eat. Time for lunch. Oh no, what's wrong with the sandwich? Should I even be eating the sandwich? This is exactly how my mother used to cut sandwiches. I'm trying to reassemble it. These don't even go together. Oh yeah, they do. No, they don't. Wait. Kind of? Num. Num num num. Gulp. Swallow, gulp, gulp. Like a fish. There was an odd aftertaste in your mouth. A little bitter. What's on your mind, honey? Did you write that book? Cole's smile didn't falter once. You little freak! Like he expected you to find it. Oh my god, he's literally writing the whole story. Oh my gosh. Is any of that true? I bet we can. We can delete Cole, guys. If we put our brains together, we can get rid of this hostage situation once and for all. Yes. The theatrics of freshly heartbroken Cole. I thought it would be nice if you could really see how I lay my heart bare for you in every way. So then, oh, it's us. So then, inside the book, is what you wrote what really happened between us? Ding! He paused for a moment, examining your expression closely. Immensely! In a way, yes. I wrote that book when you first moved in. And after your first diagnosis. What do I have? Do I have cancer? Do I have a tumor? Am I gonna die anyway? Is he trying to save us? But really he's like making it worse because we're not getting the proper treatment? Like the modern day medicine? I guess prayers and hoping I guess prayers, hope, and love is supposed to save us, Cole, from like a biological disease. I mean, we hope prayers and love and that sort of thing works, but really, without treatment, most illnesses will not go away. You know, they wanted to take you from me. As if they know what you need more than I do. Are you talking about the doctor? I think you should have let us stay with the doctor. I would rather have, like, hospital visits than be stuck in a house with a bunch of creepy kind of antics going on with boarded doors and locked rooms. Oh gosh. There was a manic glint behind Cole's eyes as he said that. He sounded like how his writing read. Unstable. This boy need medication. You need some vitamin D, Cole. I think he's actually a supernatural entity, given the hair strings. Dun, dun, dun. He let out a soft sigh, glancing down at your empty plate, as if double-checking that you ate it all. I think he's distracting us with conversations as he, like, puts weird stuff in our food. This better be mayonnaise, Cole, if nothing else. Oh, that'd be so gross. Dude, can you imagine? Guys, don't eat that. It's not mayonnaise. Oh my god. Ew. You make me so happy. You're welcome, Nator Queen. PK says eating a sandwich using a knife and fork might be the most disturbing thing yet in this game. Why do we need the knife? Well, we can defend ourselves. We have a knife and a fork. But why? Just use your hands. PK says hope and prayers go together with human effort. Exactly. With modern medicine. Why does he do that? Why is he so... Why is it so important that you finish all of your food? He's being, suspicious. Gotta bring that wiener dog meme where the wiener dog's giving side-eye. Saying, squeak! Well, looks like we're all done here. Oh my gosh, from the back he does look like a woman. He took this plate in front of you. Wait, what? He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water just as he had before. He's got bell-bottom jeans and boots with the fur. The homies looking at her. I bet it would be really interesting to see him dance. Because he's so long. Safe to assume you were free to do what you wanted again. You stand there just for a moment, unsure of what to do next. Look around downstairs. You look around, seeing the modest living room right beside the kitchen. The severe lack of walls was kind of unsettling. If you looked around at any point of the house, you could see everything with little to no obstruction. You spot a hallway beside the staircase that leads upstairs. You peek around the corner to see a door. The front door. You glance over at Cole, who still stands preoccupied in the kitchen, and tiptoe into the narrow hallway. It's a gloomy scene, ominous even. Where the door window should be was 2 wooden planks, neatly nailed onto the surface as well as duct taped along with glass behind the door. You see a small table with a drawer and a plant on top of it. That plant's gotta be fake. I doubt he's watering it. There's like no sunlight in this hallway. There's no way that plant's gonna be like actually still alive. Most plants, like ivy plants, like this one, this is kind of like an ivy plant. Yeah, they definitely need sunlight, like all plants do. So do people, we need sunlight. Inside the drawer was a house key, random receipts varying from last year to the year before, and a Polaroid. Why would he have this here? How suspicious! He would have a photo of his friends in a drawer. He should just hang it up, unless he's hiding it from us. A slightly crumpled Polaroid. It showed 3 people. On the left, a man with long blonde wigs. On the right, a woman with sparkling ginger hair. And in the middle, a man with silky black hair with a familiar, shit-eating grin. Cole? No way this was the same guy as the one in the kitchen right now. This guy actually looked good. Normal. Human. What happened? You put the photo and the other various items back into the drawer before creeping closer to the front door. You stare at it blankly for a moment. You could leave. Would it even be worth it? You don't know anything about the world anymore. No family, no friends. I don't give a damn, I'm leaving. Stay, leave, leave! Freedom! Freedom! You slowly, very slowly reach for the handle. You flinch as a murky toned hand gently grabs yours, preventing you from reaching the door. Womp womp womp. His skin feels oddly rubbery, skin adjacent, but not quite there. I bet he's wearing gloves. There you are, buddies. Funny how you immediately wander off to the one place I hoped you wouldn't go. He turns you around with a surprisingly controlled force. Well, he's like 6'4". Keeping your back to the door as he clasps your hands with both of his. I didn't deserve that. I did not deserve that. I didn't deserve that, you meanie. We gotta get revenge now. It wouldn't be safe to be outside by yourself like this, buddies. Don't you understand? You suddenly feel intense pressure at the front of your skull as your brain's about to force it out of your skull. You feel as though your head's splitting. You can't even get a word out. B, look, see what happens. Let's lay you down. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's because he has stuff inside of our food. Dee dee dee. You remember being led by careful hands to what you could only assume to be his couch. Rest your eyes for a while, honey. It never gets easier to do that. What did he do to us? Did he give us a seizure? As soon as he touched us, we were started to convulse. I think he's mind controlling. I think he's controlling our body. He's either drugging us or crawling inside of us. So what if he has like a longer lifespan? I don't think the answer is extending ours. Excuse me, I burped. Oh my god. That was a very strong burp. Excuse me. Da da da. You slowly come to your senses, the distant sound of soft humming coming from the kitchen. You prop yourself onto your elbows. Your ears were ringing slightly, but it was manageable. Cole. The humming stops and you hear a rush of footsteps before Cole is looming over you. Oh, that was fast. He literally leaps across the room like a frog. You hardly had any time to register how quick he moved before he was helping you up. Hello, dear. How do you feel? Fine, I guess.
What happened? How long was I out?
He stared at you blankly for a moment before replying.
I'm not sure.
Oh gosh, their voices are too similar. I'll just use my voice for the pro tag.
I found you on the ground unconscious, so I laid you down to rest your head.
You feel the faint squirming sensation in the back of your head. I think his hair is inside of our body, like with that imagery. Like he's feeding us his body parts so we can like become one in some freaky way. And maybe that's how he was able to make us convulse. Like we were about to have a seizure. Because like he has like hair inside of our brain or something. Oh, I see. What time is it? Cole's expression lightened up once more as he slowly led you towards the kitchen.
It's dinner time. Maybe some food will get you feeling better.
Monday, 7:02 p.m. Dun dun dun.
I hope you had a fun day.
You're presented with oh, spaghetti with what is that mixed in the noodles?
You should eat.
I don't think I want to eat this. This time it feels different. It's important. Ew. Ew. What's inside the spaghetti? Why is there always weird crumbs on the table, on the plate? Yummy, here's a squibbler. I guess we're gonna eat it. Gulp, 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 gulp. So he's like crawling inside of us like a... Dude, is that why he's making weird faces? Like he's like getting off on crawling inside of our body? He's like, now I'm inside you. And he's like gushing over it. Is that why he's blushing? He's like, ooh, I feel your insides. There was conflicting textures, like you were eating something still alive. Ew. What is he trying to do? Puppeteer our body? It made you feel sick to your stomach. I'm gonna vomit.
Anything new, honey?
Who are the people in the picture? Who are the people in the Polaroid by the door?
They were people we were close with.
He replied softly, examining your expression closely.
Do you recognize anyone in that picture?
Only you. It's like that song, Only You. It's a romantic song. Da 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 da. Only you. But just barely. You really did look different.
I was handsome, right?
I mean, you're pretty gorgeous now, you know, in a womanly way. I think you're less masculine. I think you're more feminine now. Am I the man in the relationship, Cole? Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to give me hints because you're wearing the pink apron? Are you trying? He does look pretty. Like, look, he has that preppy nose. You can't see it because of the hair, but there clearly is like a drawn line. He has like a preppy nose. He just doesn't see the sun. He clearly doesn't sleep. But like, he looks really pretty. And he brushes his hair, right? And I'm assuming his teeth. Because his teeth are, well, they're kind of yellow, so I guess not. Yellow's a sign of like a coffee drinker, smoker, tea drinker. Yellow teeth normally will be the sign of like what you eat, your habits. Maybe he's secretly a smoker. I don't think so. Yes, no. I mean, you're still handsome. Like he's like, wasn't I handsome? I think you're pretty. Like, I think you're beautiful. You're very muy bonita. Bonita. Very bonita. Still are. You giggle with him as he leaned a little closer, clearly enjoying himself as he squirms inside you from the meatballs.
Well, to answer your question, Little Red Riding Hood was a woman named Phoebe.
Phoebe? Phoebe? Isn't it Phoebe? The O is silent because of the vowels.
And Goldilocks is a man named Zeke. They were our closest friends.
But not anymore?
No, not anymore.
That. He picked up the plate, disregarded the strange nature of the meal as he stands to put it in the sink.
It's getting late. You should get to bed.
Say goodnight and go to sleep. Alright, guys, here's your chance to kiss the tall, beautiful woman. For anybody joining us in live stream, they have no idea it's a man. They're like, oh yeah, beautiful tall lady. Yes, please. Oh dear. Let me get the filters. Color correction, please. That's better. Say goodnight to the tall woman. I'm gonna call him a woman because he's acting like one. He's too emotional. I'm teasing. I'm teasing because I'm secretly like, I don't think I would enjoy this. Some people would enjoy the eerie creepiness. Some people like horror romance. But like it honestly does shine a light on some like toxic relationships. Like diabolic lovers. Leo Hashi? Yeah, Leo Hashi. He's a content creator and a streamer, and he's been playing Diabolic Lovers. It's with like toxic vampire boyfriends. It's kind of like this, except more extreme. This one's more like medicated. He pats your skin through the blanket. He pats your shin? Sorry, I misread it and thought it said skin. I was like, why did he pat your skin? He pats your shin, which is like your knee.
Good night, sweetheart.
Think I'd also have to pass on this lost dark buddy. I don't know about this kind of romance. He's gonna kiss you goodnight. He's gonna give you a big old kiss with those lips. You can hear him step out, the door clicking softly behind him. Tuesday, 9:29 a.m.
Rise and shine.
A familiar voice rings gently to your ears as you barely open your eyes. Waking up this time around was less taxing than yesterday.
Oh, look at you, early birdie.
And noticeably less disorienting. Eh? Ugh. Good morning, Cole. Doing, doing, doing. Cole practically flinched where he sat, nearly tumbling off the bed entirely.
You remember my name?
He exclaimed all too loud for how recently you had waken up. Huh? Was that wrong? Were you not meant to know his name or something? At your confusion, Cole frantically looked around the room, as if the walls themselves were listening in on something not allowed.
It's nothing. Come down for breakfast when you're ready.
He said slowly as he got up from the bed, gently clicking the door shut behind him as he left. Does anybody take a shower in this house? Does anybody bathe in this house anymore? Like, I honestly did not have one moment where I took a pee or a poo or took a shower. Am I literally in an adult diaper? You know, like, I think we should have, like, a moment like, I go to the bathroom. Or, like, I do my business. Or I'm taking a shower and Cole's, you know, like, checking in and then giving us space. Or something. Right? What do you think? I don't like it when video games skip that part. Like, if we're gonna be... I guess the emphasis is on what you're eating because it's trying to highlight that goes along with the telling of the story. Like for highlighting purposes, they have to talk about what you eat, not necessarily. I mean, what about going to the bathroom and like you go number 2, and then you see things moving around in your poo, and it's like hair or something? That'd be so disturbing. That would be a very disturbing image to add into the game, but it would solidify like what you're eating is not good for you. You head downstairs for breakfast, still shaking off the last traces of sleep and confusion from Cole's reaction. As you advance downstairs, you're met with the familiar smell of bacon, egg, and toast. Cole must be making the same thing as yesterday. I guess with not remembering, you don't really care what you're eating if you have amnesia, so he's like okay with that. You take a seat at the table, watching the back of Cole as he mechanically made breakfast. What if I want to make my own breakfast? Dot dot dot. He says nothing this time as he sets down the toast. It makes you a little anxious, hearing Cole this quiet. Breakfast passes quietly, the same as yesterday, save for Cole's light-hearted banter. He was gazing deeply into your eyes as if trying to assess something. I think he really likes having control over the main character, and now that he doesn't have full control, it makes him feel uneasy. Sometimes we have to get comfortable not being in control of a situation. You can't control how people act or their behavior or how they react to you. All you can do is just be yourself, be polite. You know what I'm saying? Oof, I have to slowly move around in my chair because my ovaries hurt. That's what happens during Shark Week. They should make the shower head have hair coming out of it, says Scribbler. They could. They only have 2 chapters available for the demo. I swore they have 3. We'll have to find out. His face was completely blank. That would be really cool, actually. It was so unnerving. You have... Wait, I forgot. What happened?
Wait.
I didn't get to read that. Excuse you. I didn't get to read it. History. You should have some time before lunch. Where do you want to look around? And he interrupted our thoughts. Excuse you, Cole. Can I have a moment, please? Guys, I have that exact apron. I ordered it off of Amazon, and then I gave it to my sister for Christmas. Back in 2022 for Christmas, it was my first Christmas where I could buy gifts for my family, like my mom, my sisters. I bought them aprons because I thought they were cute off of Amazon. You freeze mid-step, Cole standing at the bottom of the stairs, apron still on, hands clasped tightly in front of him.
Can we talk before you wander off?
His tone is gentle, and he's smiling like before, but there's a strange unurgency beneath it, like he's afraid you'll disappear if he looks away. Talk about what?
Just this, you. Today.
He gestured toward the living room.
Come sit with me for a bit, please.
You nod, unsure what else to do. There's nothing else to do. We're stuck into this house. Cole briefly ducks into the kitchen before returning with his apron neatly folded once more. You sit at the couch. Cole sits beside you after setting the apron down on the coffee table beside a stack of Polaroids, close but not touching. His posture is stiff, like he's rehearsing how to be normal.
You remembered my name this morning.
Yes?
You're not supposed to do that.
He says it quietly, almost like he's afraid of the words themselves. Is that bad?
Yes. Well, no, it's wonderful. It's just unexpected.
I think because it's not on his terms, right? Like he introduces himself, he wants us to call him Cole, but on his terms every day, like a rehearsed play or something. He fidgets with the hem of his winter sweater, twisting the fabric between his fingers. Is it winter time? Do you think it's snowing outside? Oh, come on, Cole. We're missing out on Christmas. We're missing out on the snowy weather outside. He's like wearing a sweater, right? So what's underneath? What if he is no longer human and that his rubbery skin is like his skin? He looks away embarrassed.
But today is different. You're not supposed to be different.
Different how?
I don't know, but your vibe is just different.
He leans he leans forward slightly, studying your face with unnerving intensity.
It's nice, but it's wrong.
You shift uncomfortably. I know I just shifted in my chair uncomfortably too. Had to fix my posture. Cole, what exactly do you want to talk about?
Everything.
He says it too quickly.
I mean, just whatever you want. I want to hear you talk.
About what?
Anything. Your thoughts. What you think of the house. What you think of me.
He pauses.
Especially that last one.
You want compliments. He wants compliments. Let me take a moment to drink coffee. I feel better. Well, you're tall and beautiful there. Oh god, I'm sorry. I had to mute that one. Why?
Because I like hearing it.
You sigh. You're being weirdly needy today.
I'm your boyfriend. I'm allowed to be needy.
Hearing the term boyfriend coming from someone you barely met yesterday felt odd. He shifts closer just an inch. What is he gonna do? Bite me? Cole then takes your hand, the vast darkness of his skin, nearly swallowing your fingers in his.
Tell me something you remember.
Cole murmured softly, his voice low with reverence. I don't remember much.
But you remembered my name.
I guess that stuck.
It's not meant to. Nothing is.
He laughed softly, almost breathlessly.
It feels like progress. Like maybe today will be better.
Better than what?
Than every day before today.
He says it too quickly again. I wish I could read that he says it quickly. You know, that way I can read it quickly. Like he quickly says, I'm gonna make you breakfast. You know, that way I can prepare to say it the way it should be said by the way the script is written. Like, protagonist says it loud and frantically. I gotta get out of here. You know, it really helps.
I don't want to ruin today.
His fingers loosen their already gentle grip on yours, trailing down your palm. Oh no, we turned gray. We're becoming sick. We're as gray as an alien.
Can we just enjoy this morning?
Uh-oh, he wants to get freaky. He wants to get freaky. Cole, I swear, I haven't bathed in days. Can I please go take a bath? You like smell really stinky. They're both sitting there in the living room in this empty house, boarded up by windows, and they're both super stinky. How?
Talk to me. Ask me anything. Let me be here with you.
His voice softens.
I miss you, even when you're right in front of me. Especially when your mind is unusually so far away. I'll have to fix this later, but for now, I just want to be here with you.
Uh-oh. So you want us not to remember who you are, but enough of who you are? On top of wanting to get intimate to the house or ask about him? A house is a house. I'm trying to get out of here. Let's talk about him. Tell me about yourself.
Me? I'm not that interesting.
Yeah, but you're basically still a stranger to me.
Fair enough.
So tell me something real.
Something real?
He thinks for a long moment.
I like when you say my name.
That's not what I meant.
It's what I meant.
Oh my god. They're already arguing as a couple over simple conversations. He leans closer, the few stray strands of hair in front of me, in front of his face, swaying slightly as he turned your hand around his.
But I guess we could go over the first date questions.
What the? Oh my goodness. That little noise effect. This is so goofy.
If you really want. Let's see. My favorite color is red. I like how passionate it looks, and how much emotion can vary through it. My favorite animals are bugs, the really creepy crawly ones. The ones that maybe an average person would be disgusted at.
Like a centipede?
My favorite season is winter time, but I hate being cold.
When he stopped talking, a calm silence drifted between you two. To think that at some point, these were things you knew about him, that you knew by heart. Thank you, Cole. He smiled.
Anytime.
The house. How long have you been living here?
You moved in a few months ago. I've been here since I was 19.
Why this house?
Honestly, I just chose a place far from my parents, but close by my friends.
Did you not have a good relationship with your parents?
No.
He responded dryly, all fondness in his tone shriveled. It made you wonder if his parents were monsters, too.
But living on my own turned out to be just as bad. This place is too big for one person, and it got lonely wherever my friends couldn't hang out.
Whenever my friends couldn't hang out. Should I just repeat the whole line? I guess.
This place is too big for one person, and it got lonely whenever my friends couldn't hang out. But then I met you.
His hands were fidgeting with yours now. It felt like he did this often, once upon a time.
You make this house a home.
That's the title of the game, by the way. You make this house a home. Looks like we're missing information. Dun-dun-dun. Cole, what happened to me? What happened to us, really? He freezes.
Nothing.
But that's not an answer.
I don't know what I can tell you.
Then tell me what you can. Cole swallows hard. His grip on your hand loosens, then tightens again like he's afraid you'll pull away.
You got sick. Really sick. And I didn't know what to do.
He said the title of the games is PK. He sure did. Ah, we're missing information. I guess I should have sleuthed more. Maybe the more you sleuth around the house, the more you can talk about. Sick how? He shakes his head, eyes dropping to your joined hands.
You were dizzy, confused, you kept forgetting things. I thought it was stress or exhaustion or... I should have taken you to the hospital. I know that now.
Why didn't you? Do you think when they started being intimate, he started crawling inside of the protagonist? Which sounds really gross, by the way. I don't think any of us want our ex-girlfriend or boyfriend crawling inside of us. That is disturbing imagery. His breath catches. Like somebody you don't want inside of you scenario. That's why I used ex and not present. Technically, Cole and the protagonist are together, but I was just wanting you to visualize like somebody you're over, but they still linger inside of you. Kind of like horror kind of imagery.
Because you begged me not to.
The room feels suddenly smaller. I did? He nods slowly, like he wasn't sure of what he was saying either. He's lying! He's a liar! I would never say that. We have no idea what we would have said. We're like, we don't know who we are anymore. We have amnesia.
I was trying to respect that. I thought I was helping.
Silence settles between you, heavy but not hostile. The conversation lingers in the air long after it ends. You're not sure if you feel closer to him or farther away. Either way, the day moves on. Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. This game only has like 2 days? Da-da-da. You're presented with another normal-looking sandwich. The same 2 slices of bread, same lettuce, same tomatoes, lunch meat, and same cheese. All the same. You know, we should tell him let's make a meal together kind of thing. Like, yeah. Can we have a meal together, Cole? That kind of thing. You pick it up and take your first bite, all while Cole has continued to watch carefully. Once you're finished with that same bitter aftertaste lingered in your mouth.
So?
Nothing. Cole blinked a little confused. Maybe something bad is supposed to happen when we eat it. I think we're becoming immune to whatever he's been doing. Like if he's been putting medicine or his hair inside of us, I think we're building a tolerance. And that's why he's concerned if he should up the doses.
Nothing? At all?
Yeah, like, I'm just eating a sandwich. We have never seen Cole eat anything. What if Cole is feeding off our life, like our life force or our body, our attention?
I see.
Da da da. He eyed your empty plate as always. Then he took the plate from the front of you, placing it in the sink and running water just as he did before. This time you could do what you wanted, right? Grab a fork? Oh my god. We're immediately getting violent, I guess. You then thought of the boarded door upstairs. The nails looked loose enough to try and pry it off, with something like a fork maybe. But that means you have to distract Cole long enough to get one without him being suspicious. You quickly think of a course of action. You awkwardly walk towards Cole as he's doing the dishes. He noticed you immediately. I guess we're not supposed to stare at you? I don't know. Oh, look, it's a peekaboo window where you can see into the other room. I'm guessing that's the living room.
Need something, my dear?
Guys, he's very intimidating. Shouldn't we have, like, I guess we're far away from him to where it doesn't look like he's looking down at us, but kind of slightly? Just felt like talking a bit more. He smiled brightly, clearly pleased. Does this guy work out? Oh my god. Guys, like, he's built despite probably not bathing. He's like, he's ready and prepared to, like, take us down if we try to escape. That's, look, yeah, what do you guys think? Alright, men, is he built? I think so. Oh my goodness. We're like this scrawny protagonist, and they're like this supernatural beefy dude. We're not gonna win. There's no way. We have to outsmart him. Brutal force is not gonna work.
Then I'm more than happy to indulge you. Do you have any questions?
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yes, I do. Why do you love me? What's your full name? Do you miss going outside? Yeah, why do you love us? He looked a bit surprised at the question, not exactly expecting you to say that. He hums softly, eyes drifting to the sink as he pondered how to verbalize the sheer weight of what he felt for you.
Would it be shallow to say because you're human?
I think that's oddly specific. Is it because I'm female or because I'm human? Is it because I'm male?
I was initially drawn to you with general attraction.
Okay.
Regular human stuff.
If you say so. I mean, look at those pics! Look at those pectorals! PK! I love that. That's such good commentary. Pectorals! Those are man boobs. Guys, do you think... I bet you this game, there's like different options where at some point you probably can get like... You know, like, if you guys are into that straight up yaoi, if you're into dating games and they can be, like, romantic, I'm sure they'll have it at some point. But I bet it will be twisted and gruesome. It's not going to be sweet stuff. He paused, fingers settling in the soapy water. Stilling? Stilling? That's the word? Stilling? Okay.
But then you made the attempt to really get to know me.
His voice softened, almost reverent.
You made me feel real. You don't know how rare that is for someone like me.
Is he a supernatural? Are all supernaturals beefy? Are the chicks beefy too? He let out a quiet breath, almost laugh. That's how he sounds. I felt like Chucky there for a moment. Chucky really does chuckle. Maybe that's why his name is Chucky? Like the horror movie Chucky?
I love you for you. I mean that.
Okay, next question. What's your full name? 2. Do you miss going outside? Yeah, what's your full name? He paused thoughtfully.
My full name? It's been a long time since I've said it out loud. Cole is low-key more comforting to hear. But if you really want to know, Scarb.
Yeah, you're definitely supernatural. Your nose is a lot more pointier than I thought earlier. Earlier, from a different angle, it looks very small.
My full name is Kwang Sarkalin.
Do you miss going outside? He paused mid-scrub, shoulders tensing just slightly. Where does he get the food? Where does he get the food, guys? Like, does he... He probably orders, like, from the store for delivery or something.
Outside is complicated. People would stare. They judge and ask questions.
Or you can tie your hair in a ponytail and call it a day. You know, or tie it in a bun or something. There's dudes that have man buns, guys. It's pretty normal for guys to have long hair. I don't think there'd be any ceilings for it to stick to unless you went into like a supermarket or went to the bank. People don't go to the bank that often anymore. Older generations still go in person, so they have that service.
But with you, I don't mind it as much. So yes, I miss it, but not as much as I'd miss you.
Knock over the paper towels. Jablank! Like a cat. Just being reckless. Being a reckless a-hole and knocking stuff over. And then watching your caretaker human pick up the stuff you knocked over. I'm just looking at Kimchi. He's so cute. My family helped me move the cat tower into my room, so now he can calmly watch me from a higher... Because cats like to be perched up high and look around at their surroundings. So he's like so comfortable up there right now. You take a subtle step back, bumping the roll of paper towels off the counter with your shoulder. Oops! And it's like tung 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 on the floor. It hits the floor with a soft thud. Oh, sorry, I made mine more dramatic, more theatrical. He bends down to pick it up immediately, unbothered in the slightest. Guys, what is that? What is that move from Naruto, where they stick their fingers up the other person's butt? What is that called? It's from Naruto. I gotta look it up real quick. I'm not making it up. It's real. It's a Naruto, guys. It's gotta be real. I forgot. Let me see. Naruto. 1,000 Years of Death by Kakashi Sensei. Using index and middle finger to poke an opponent right in their blind spot behind the rear. Apti Bato. I think it just pokes their butt. I don't even know. I don't even think it goes up the butt. I have no idea. Oh, wait, no. No, it does. It does. Naruto does it to his opponents. Never mind. 1,000 years of death. Shodoken! And I freaking, like, blow him blasting off again style. Because he just bent over, right? So he's, like, completely vulnerable. 1,000 years of death, says PK. Kablah! Like, whee! Blasting off again! Toot-ting!
You're lucky you're cute.
Yeah, because we're super cute, for sure. This was the distraction you needed to grab a fork from the drawer. Guys, that is so freaking hilarious. I'm so glad you guys get me. He hastily pulled it open just a little bit before closing it. You hastily pull open the drawer a little bit before closing it. Walk away. Sorry about the trouble. I'll get out of your hair now. He turned around as he placed the paper towels back on the counter, as if he didn't see it. I bet he uses his hair to sense vibration, so he clearly knows we have something.
Oh, no problem, honey. Accidents happen all the time.
Is that a threat, Cole? Are you prepping an accident for us? You waste no time to hurry upstairs. The boarded door stands exactly where you left it. You wedge the fork beneath the first nail and push. It gives away with a strained metallic groan that makes you wince. You work quickly, listening for any signs of Cole coming upstairs. Another board loosens, another. The final plank drops to the floor. I don't know, use a carpet or a pillow to make it less noisy. So when the board falls to the ground, it falls on a pillow or blanket. You swallow hard and push the door open. The room beyond is dim and still. A storage room, small, dusty, and quiet. But the moment your eyes adjust, your stomach twists. Mundane, everyday objects are everywhere. Clothes you don't remember owning, books with your handwriting in the margins, not knowing it was your handwriting, of course. I mean, 'cause clearly we wouldn't know. Could be Cole's for that matter. A backpack, a phone charger, a stack of notebooks tied with twine, a framed photo face down on the floor. You kneel beside a box labeled with your name. Your fingers brush the lid. Something warm flickers in your chest, like recognition trying to break through the fog. You open the box. Inside are small objects, trinkets, receipts, notes, pieces of life you can't remember living. Suddenly, you hear Cole's voice call you from downstairs.
Buddies, honey, it's time for dinner.
You step out of your room, closing the door shut behind you. As you descend the stairs, you notice that Cole wasn't at the bottom to greet you this time. He stayed in the kitchen. Dinner smells like spaghetti once again, but the moment you step into the kitchen, something feels off. Cole stands at the stove, shoulders low, movements slow, and unfocused. Cole?
Hello, honey. Dinner's almost ready.
His voice is soft in a way that doesn't sound like him. Are you okay?
Yeah, just tired.
He tries to smile, but it doesn't reach his eyes. You sit as he sets a plate in front of you, then lowers himself over the kitchen table once more. Dinner is quiet, not tense, just muted. I told you he's feeding off of us. The whole I'll extend your life force is BS. He's literally consuming us to survive. He's like an entity that you have to believe in. Like you have to believe in the boogeyman. And if you don't believe in the boogeyman, he like loses power.
Sorry, I'm not very talkative tonight.
It's okay. He gives a small, grateful nod.
I'll be better after some sleep, that's all.
Something about the way he says it makes your stomach twist. He's like feeding off of us as we sleep. When you're finished, he stands and gathers the plates.
You can go rest. I'll clean up.
You sure?
Yeah, go on.
He turns back to the sink, the soft clatter of dishes echoing through the dim kitchen. You watch him for a moment longer. Something's wrong. He just won't see what. Oh. You crawl into bed, alone this time, as exhaustion settles into your bones after another strange day. We literally did no exercise, but we're exhausted. That's not a good sign. We're like lacking a lot of good vitamins, minerals. Believe it or not, you do need minerals in your diet. And what I mean by minerals, like iron, definitely. Like iron's one of them. What minerals? Minerals in diet. Mac macro minerals, like very small. What 17 minerals does your body need daily? You need calcium, potassium, sodium, chloride, magnesium, sulfur, phosphorus. Those are minerals. And you need the macro minerals. I believe you can get it in like, supplements. The lamp beside the door casts a soft glow across the room, and your eyes grow heavy. Sleep takes you quickly. Dun dun dun! It's nighttime. There goes doggies. Da da da. You wake up, but this time Cole is nowhere to be seen. Your room is bathed in darkness. The lamp you had fallen asleep with is turned off. You don't remember turning it off. You sit up slowly, letting your eyes adjust to the darkness. The house feels different at night, colder, heavier, like the walls are listening. Somewhere down the hallway, you hear a hushed voice. It's Cole. You slip out of bed, feet touching the cold floorboards, and creep toward the door. Excuse me, I burped. That burp came out of nowhere and ruined my dialogue. Oh well. The hallway is pitch black, save for a faint sliver of light leaking from beneath Cole's bedroom door. His voice is clearer now, and he sounded tense.
No, Zeke. Listen to me.
You freeze. Zeke? Like the guy he talked about in the photo? You inch closer, careful not to make the floor creak.
I know what time it is. I know. No, I didn't tell them anything. I couldn't do that.
His tone sharpens, not angry, but scared.
Zeke, please. Please tell me you can figure something out. The doses need to be higher. Buddies is remembering things now. You know how dangerous that could get, don't you?
You mean for you, not for Zeke. Zeke probably has nothing to do with this. You said we're not friends anymore, but yet you still talk to them? Seems like you need Zeke more than Zeke needs you, Cole. Then a pause. So basically, the protagonist is being made out to be a monster to excuse Cole's behavior. He's like, they're not well, they're sick. You know how dangerous this can be for Cole, because if we escape and go to the police, he's going to be hunted down for, his crime of keeping us as a hostage against our will. That has to at least be some sort of crime. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, that should be. I don't even have to look that up. You can't hear what's being said on the other end, barely being able to make out what Cole's saying himself.
Please, if not for buddies, do it for me.
Really? Really? Like, Zeke should be calling the police or something, or call a doctor. Get us some proper treatment. Your heart pounds. Thump, 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 thump. You take another step. Thump, 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 thump. Then the floor creaks quietly. The whispering stops. Silence. You don't move. You don't breathe. Dot, dot, dot.
I'll call you back. See you soon.
She. Footsteps. The quiet jingles of a key struggling in a lock. Oh, he locks his own door. Time to leave. You dart back towards your room, slipping inside just as the hallway light flickers on. Why does he need the light on? Can't he see in the dark? Maybe not. Maybe he does have like a blind spot. Maybe he can't see in the dark. I don't know. I mean, I guess for dramatic effect, he needs to turn on the light or something. You crawl into bed and pull the blanket up to your chin, pretending to be asleep. I would pull the whole cover over my head. The doorknob rattles. Your breath catches, but it doesn't open. After a long moment, you hear Cole's footsteps retreating down the hallway. I bet he locked the door. The house falls silent again. You stare at the ceiling, wide awake, the darkness pressing in around you. If we're a couple, why don't we, share the same room? I guess because we're, mentally ill, they just give us our personal space. But if we really are girlfriend and boyfriend or boyfriend and boyfriend, however you want the main character to assimilate to you, your perspective, I just like that would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? What had he meant by see you soon? You thought he couldn't leave the house. You don't sleep again for a long time. Wednesday, 10:13 a.m. Bang! You wake up to a start, and you're immediately plunged into a state of panic. Bang, ba bang, ba bang! Oh god, I'm itchy! I'm so itchy! Like my ears get itchy. I'm scratching now. I think it's just the noise triggering me to scratch. There was the disturbing sound of a blunt force hitting the wall every now and then. Jeez, it's too loud. But aside from that, you quickly came to the realization that you couldn't move your fingers. Uh-oh. Your hand is taped up with duct tape? That's so weird. You can't move them anymore. You try to struggle against the tight bindings, but no avail. Bing! Bing, ba bing, ba bing, ba bing, bing! You flinch at the sound of harsh banging coming from the hallway. You're struggling to sit up, the sticky bits of the messed up tape job catching on the fabric as you slid your feet off to the side of the bed. There was a brief pause in the banging, as if the shuffle of your feet on the floor of your bedroom before a rush of footsteps approached your door. Oh god, he's gonna jump scare us. Oh god. Okay, I can hold your hand as he jump scares us. You instinctively take a step backwards, your palm helpless as the round doorknob unable to use your dexterity to open the door. Wait, what? You palm helplessly at the round doorknob, unable to use your dexterity to open the door. Shoot, I'd be using two hands. Guys, if I was desperate, I'd be using my mouth on that door. He slams the door open, bursting with a hammer in hand and a wild look in his eyes. Dude, chill.
Good morning, buddies.
You step backwards further, the back of your knees brushing up against your bed once more at the side of the figure you had familiarized yourself with looming past your door frame with the hammer in hand. Sorry, that's just a mouthful. He glanced down at the tool in his grasp, the ink-dark fingers wrapped around the handle, far too comfortably for your liking. He smiled, slowly tucking the hammer behind his back. Uh-oh, the instability in his eyes glinting unnervingly. He's gonna beat us with the hammer. No.
I was just about to finish, anyways, honey.
My goodness. He suddenly crowds you on the bed, leaning down with the hammer still behind his back. Oh no!
Come on, I'll help you downstairs.
Guys, I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't like this at all. Anybody feeling the romanticness? Oh no. He was eager to take one of your bound hands into his. Hey, Virgil! The cosplay you did was so cute. Thank you, Virgil. Thank you for thinking I'm cute. I tried my best. I love Mau Mau. I love you, Mau Mau. He was eager to take one of your bound hands in his, hastily leading you out of the room downstairs. Before he bonks us to death. Cole looked happy to be the one in control of the situation. Way too happy. He was off, way off, so much so it was concerning. He smiled widely as he sat you down at the seat. scurrying to put the hammer down on the kitchen counter. Oh no! And hastily throwing on his apron before taking his place, leaned over the table. Virgil says, bro, got creepy riz, man. He plants his elbow arms on the table? You mean his weenus? Like the point of the elbow is called a weenus, leaning in very, very close. His breath is uneven, his eyes bright with a kind of frantic relief.
There, see? Everything's fine now, just as it was.
His voice is soft, but the softness feels stretched thin, like a thread pulled too tight. Uh-oh. Why are my fingers taped up? 2. Why were you using a hammer? Why are you using a hammer? Excuse me, I burped. Ah! Excuse me. Guys, I have to let it out. I did not expect it to be so loud. What were you doing?
Fixing things.
With a hammer? He laughs a short, wheezy sound that doesn't match his expression. How do I do that? I don't know how that would sound. Like a wheezy sound? How do I do that? Kimchi's looking at me. Don't judge me. I'm reading a story, Kimchi. He's looking at me crazy. You're so cute. He just woke up from a nap, so Kimchi's like just giving daggers. I don't know how he would sound.
Well, yes. That's typically what hammers do, sweetheart.
I'm not an idiot. Come on, I was asking what you're doing with the hammer.
After all, you sure did a number on the storage room.
Crap. You hadn't covered up your tracks, but a part of you hoped Cole wouldn't get too suspicious. It's literally, like, obvious, okay? You didn't cover it. You left the mess behind. Like, no security to ensure he wouldn't notice. He's like, you're really dumb. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're dumb. That's horrible. By the looks of his demeanor, he's less than impressed.
I can only imagine what things you found in there.
You're frozen. He knew. He definitely knew.
But I guess it's my own fault. I never told you that you couldn't go in there, I suppose.
Your stomach is twisting.
Well, now you know. And it's okay. I forgive you.
His smile widening again. Guys, doesn't he look like a beautiful woman? PK says, I forgot about the word weenus, lol. It's my weenus. I got 2 weenuses.
Let's have breakfast, okay? A good fresh start.
Can I have orange juice? Can I have fresh squeezed orange juice, please? I would love some orange juice. Good vitamin C. I never see the sunlight. Come on, Cole. You gotta feed me vitamin C. He turns back to the counter, humming under his breath. That same melody from the past 2 days. I was about to sing like some. Let me see. What was I humming? I mean, that's what I can come up with. I have no idea what song he's singing. He could give us some hints or something. You watch him move around the kitchen. He isn't cooking bacon or eggs like usual. Instead, he reaches for a box of cereal in the cabinet under the silverware. Cereal?
Something simple, something easy on your stomach.
I guess he's about to give us like a helping of some medicine or something. He pours the cereal into a bowl, adds milk, and stirs it with a spoon, all casual like. Then he brings the bowl to the table. Probably with druggies. He sets it down in front of you with a bright, expectant smile. Cole, I can't eat this. My hands. Jesus, I would literally be like pecking the food like a chicken. Pick, 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 pick. I'd be like, I'd be like, okay, I'm down for this. If you're like okay with me eating like an animal, I'm gonna eat like an animal. I'm gonna make this extremely uncomfortable for him. Kimchi! I would, guys. I would make this guy really. My cat's just watching me as I'm being such a goofball. No, for real, it's like a pie eating contest. Just gonna shove my face in that bowl. Okay, Cole, you're gonna take away my fingers? Okay, I'm gonna make a mess. He cuts you off with a soft laugh.
I know. That's why I made something I can feed you.
You tense up. Oh, God. I got a burp, hold on. Okay, I burped. I burped a little bit. He'd even taken the freedom to feed yourself from you. At least I can wipe my buns, am I right? I can still wipe myself. You had completely shattered his trust. Now everything was under his control again. He scoops up a spoonful of cereal. What is this, like Captain Crunch? Is this cornflakes? Holding it up with a tenderness that feels horribly out of place as he held the spoon to your mouth. Oh my gosh, it's Cheerios. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
Open up, sweetheart.
But I want Captain Crunch. So bad. I'm so bad. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm teasing. What kind of cereal would you like Cole to feed you? I'm gonna take some sips of coffee. Why cereal? You never make cereal. His eyes narrowed a bit.
Question time is over, honey.
He nudges the spoon forward towards your mouth again.
Eat.
You hesitate, then open your mouth. He beams.
Good. Good job.
He feeds you slowly, spoonful by spoonful, watching your face with an intensity that makes your skin prickle. He's like, I like the way you eat with your mouth. He's giving those vibes. His eyes follow every swallow, tracing the curve of your throat as he continued to smile approvingly. This is getting kind of, what's the word? Is this his kink? Is it his kink to baby you?
See, this is nice. Just us. No running around, no secrets.
Except you have all the secrets, Cole. Cole?
Shh. Eat first. Talk later.
He scoops another spoonful, bringing it to your lips. You can't tell if he's trying to comfort you or keep you quiet. He scoops another spoonful, but his hand trembles just barely. You almost miss it. I think Cole is the one who's sick. I don't think we're sick at all. I think it's in reverse. I think he has an illness or something. Because, like, look at Cole, and then the way we describe ourselves, I feel like he's the one who's not well. I mean, I don't just mean it because, like, he's kind of, like, he's our captor. Excuse me, I burped. Oh my goodness, I'm so burpy today. Let's burp Ruby, my gosh. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's because, like, of the jump scares or something. Keep eating's the only option. I think the more we uncover about the game, the more options we get. We definitely have to return. You open your mouth, accepting the next bite.
I know this is scary. You're being very brave.
He sets the bowl aside once the cereal he had poured was gone, brushing your hair with gentle fingers.
You know I love you, right? I will always take care of you.
Who's bathing me? Like, am I bathing? Come on, like, when have I taken a bath and changed my clothes? I guess he likes a stinky, so weird and pervy.
I like it when you smell.
That would be like such a line, man. That would like, oh my god, the eeriness settling in. The creepazoid. Cole cleared the table with a giddy feeling about him. He set the bowl and spoon in the sink. Clearly he was delighted, even as he spoke.
Also, please don't try to undo the tape.
Cole chirped, his voice suddenly airy. He's so handsome that from how handsome he is, it's scary and uncanny, says Virgil. Is it? PK says Ruby Burbs VA. That's a good one. PK, that's a really good one. That's funny. Ruby Burbs VA. She'll burp for you on live stream. I have no idea why I'm burping so much. Normally I don't. I think it's just because I'm on, it's like Shark Week and I'm bloated. Because I'm on my period. It's horrible, guys. I had the worst uterus pains because it's not your stomach, it's your uterus shedding its walls and self-maintenancing biologically. Periods are self-maintenancing, or the uterus cleans itself out, which is why the women bleed. We women bleed a lot. I'm trying to hold in a burp. I really am. It's about to come out mid-sentence. I'm burpy and I'm gassy, but you're not gonna hear me fart. You're gonna have to listen real hard. If I laugh too hard, I'm gonna fart. At least I'm laughing on my period. Some people are like super angry and they're like, leave me alone. I hate the world kind of vibe. Because women get hormonal. His eyes flick down at your taped fingers, the adhesive stark with and ugly against your skin.
If I find out you've been picking at the tape or trying to wiggle your way out of my care, we'll have to find something a bit more permanent than tape to keep those hands still.
Dude. No, do not cut off my fingers. Like, I already felt that. That's why he taped your fingers, because he really wants to like start cutting you apart. He beamed, the warning delivered with the same cadence one might use to tell a child not to touch a hot stove. It was the contrast that made the hair on your arm stand up, the genuine radiating affection in his expression, paired with the implied threat of further restraint. He stepped back, humming that same haunting melody again. His apron now folded neatly and tucked away. Cole's grip on your arm was firm. A constant, a reminder that your orbit now centered entirely around him.
Let's get settled in the living room, honey.
I don't know. Stop calling me honey. I'm about to punch you with these wrapped up hands. We could still hit him with these hands. Linksy! Welcome, Linksy. I'm late for the stroma, says Linksy. Virgil, lol. Virgil says, I said, of course that's a joke. He looks like Jeff the Killer. Duh. Yeah, people really love Jeff the Killer, though. If Jeff the Killer had a cousin kind of vibe, Autocorrect says Linksy. No worries, Linksy. My autocorrect hates me. Stroma is crazy, lol. Says PK. Stroma. Let me see. Stroma. The supportive tissue structure or fluid of an organ cell or of a biological system. In plant chloroplast, it's a dense fluid where sugar-making reactions happen. It's the organ of a plant cell. Interesting. Let me check. Oh no! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so burpy. I feel like I drank a cup of Sprite or Coke. Guys, I have to. I'll be like right back. Okay, I have to go get something. I actually left for a moment. Thank you for waiting. I had to go get something. Why am I so gassy? None of you can hear it. I hope not. Cole murmured, his voice regaining that sing-song quality that always felt like it was masking a jagged edge. He steered you into the living room with a lightness to his step, his hand a constant, guiding weight on your elbow. My weenus! Get your hands off my weenus! He settled you onto the plush fabric of the sofa, the cushions scything beneath your weight. It's going... It's probably how it sounds on the couch. Like a little fart. For a moment, he just stood there, gazing down at you with an expression of such raw, starving adoration that it felt more oppressive than the tape on your fingers. It's far too quiet in here, don't you think? Why, you want to make some noise on this gassy couch? You gotta admit, it's kind of funny. WB! He asked, tilting his head. A home needs a heartbeat, and this room is far too breathless. That is definitely, Nudge, nudge. What do you guys think? Is he nudging? Is he giving you the wink wink? He leaned in, pressing a quick, dry kiss to your cheek that left a lingering sensation of coldness. Ah! So wait, let me guess. He's into bondage. He's into BDSM, isn't he? But he's like alpha, and she or he is like beta. Protagonist is beta, and then clearly Cole is alpha, right? Dude, he's way too into that bondage stuff. He has us prepped up with like that tape. Oh no. Are you guys ready to be like smooched on by Cole? Alright guys, prepare yourselves for unwanted affection. Clearly this was not consensual, Cole. We did not ask you to strap us down, bruh.
Stay right here. You can look around at things here, but please don't go anywhere. I'm going to find my record player.
Guys, he's ready to roll down, okay? He's so ready. Oh my god. Or maybe he wants to dance. Right, guys? He doesn't want to get freaky. He just wants to dance. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
I believe I left it in the hall closet downstairs during the last spring cleaning. Some music will settle your nerves, and perhaps mine as well.
With a final lingering pat on your shoulder, he retreated, his footsteps receding behind the stairs. There was the sound of a door opening and closing, and Cole's footsteps descending. You didn't know where. You did not know there was a basement. Record player and chill incoming, says PK. Record and chill. Netflix and chill. Before Netflix and chill, guys, there was the record player, and I'm sure they made sure that record player was playing loudly as they started making noises. Oh no! Earlier I heard thumping from the neighbors, and I thought, oh no, the neighbors are having sex again. Probably. I heard thumping, and I was like, they're having sex again. Okay, good for them. Alright. Okay. Don't you just hate it when your neighbors are having sex again and they're really loud? Oh no. It's like, well, there go the howlers. It's like, oh my god. Guess what? They're having sex again. And that'd be like the little notification. If you have roommates, you're like texting them like, hey, don't hurry home. It's really loud right now. It's uncomfortably loud right now. I'm trying to play music, but it's not loud enough. And you're like sitting in the corner of your room listening to unnecessary noises. Oh my god. Well, they're about to become very noisy neighbors, if this is going where we think it's going. Without his constant presence, the living room felt less like a sanctuary and more like a well-decorated waiting room for something inevitable. Maybe he's about to kill us or something. You shifted your gaze, scanning the room from the safety of the sofa. Do you have any stories, guys, about like living in apartments? Or the neighbors are too noisy and you just hear way too much? Like, for example, like one of them going like, why don't you love me? And then afterwards they're like, making noises. Can you imagine hearing that all the time? Why don't you love me? That's so devastatingly sad. That sounds like a really sad. Oh, like the walls are really thin. So what's really nice about the layout is that your bedroom is facing outward away from their bedroom. So that way you're not like, your bedrooms are not next to each other. kind of thing. It's like you share like your common areas or your bathrooms are closer to like their bathroom. Like it's almost like your layout of your apartment is reflected, so that way like your personal space, like your bedroom, is on the other end of like the apartment. You shifted your gaze, scanning the room from the safety of the sofa. Excuse me. The coffee table sat within arm's reach, bearing a small, precarious stack of Polaroids. They were haphazardly piled, the white borders yellowing at the edges, capturing the frozen slivers of a life you couldn't recall and you weren't around for. Are these his baby pictures? A few feet to your right, two frames rested there, though they offered no comfort. One lay face down as if the memory within had been deemed too painful to behold. Beside it sat a neatly family photo. Finally, some real stuff about his life. I don't know. I have not heard that before. I was joking, by the way. I have not heard anyone yell, "Why don't you love me?" That was completely hypothetical. Because I just thought, like, sometimes, like, you have noisy neighbors and they don't realize how loud they are. I did used to hear the neighbors downstairs yell at each other. I thought they were a couple, but it could have been, like, two relatives arguing. I don't know. It was weird. It's like the older lady could have been his grandmother, but they also kind of felt like they were a romantic couple. It was like an older lady who's like a cougar, and the younger guy was like not her grandson, but she acted like he was her grandson, but really he was her lover kind of thing. Almost. Seemed like it, kinda. I don't know. She did kick him out, and she had the police escort him off the apartment complex property, and then she sold all his shoes. Like, she kicked him out, then sold his stuff. Pretty effed up. I don't know if it was his grandma or if it was his, like, cougar mama. Something. But yeah, he's not around anymore. It seemed normal, save for the faces of the parents. Now, that actually did happen. What I just shared did happen. Like, she sold all his shoes. They were, like, expensive shoes. You know how some guys invest in their shoes and stuff? He had, like, a collection of it, and she sold it. For all we know, she, like, bought him every pair. I don't know. Save for the faces of the parents that had been meticulously torn away, jagged white paper remained where their features should have been. Yeah, excuse me. This got way too real. What are you most curious about? What? Oh, I'm curious about his family photo. He looks normal. He's probably a lot like his mom. I bet you he looks like his dad, but he has his, like, mother's, like, aura or something. Aw, looks like a happy family. The dad's touching the mom's butt. Clearly, it's not around her waist, it's around her butt. It's a family photo. You see three figures. A frail, thin woman, a tall man, and what appears to be Cole as a child. He's clearly displeased, whether with his family or with the situation. You weren't sure. Yeah, he was pretty normal. But he does favor his mom. It's the hair. That. You couldn't help but wonder why he had torn their faces off. Was the relationship truly that bad? The rhythmic thumping of footsteps echoed from the depths of the house, growing louder and louder and more certain as Cole ascended the stairs back towards the living room. He cradled a modest vintage record player against his chest like a prized infant, a few vinyl sleeves tucked carefully under his arm. There was a slight, pleased flush to his pale cheeks, and he walked with a light, rhythmic bounce in his steps that made him look almost adorably domestic. A man returning from a successful errand in his own home. Guys, he's about to clap your cheeks. He chirped, his voice airy and bright. He moved a space among the haunting Polaroids to set down the machine. He handled the equipment with a level of tenderness that bordered on reverence, his long, rubbery fingers delicately sliding a record from his sleeve. He didn't look at you immediately, too absorbed in the ritual of the needle meeting the glove. His expression one sincere, uncomplicated contentment. What? I was so wordly said. As the first notes of his slow, melancholic piano piece drifted into the room, Cole finally looked up. The music seemed to soften his posture. The silence of the house was gone, replaced by a soft melody that you quickly recognized to be the one he often hummed under his breath. Through the music, he felt less like a comfort and more like a curtain being drawn over the exits. Uh-oh, he's about to either clap your cheeks or seduce you. Probably both. He's like turned on by the fact that you're restrained.
Better, isn't it?
Alright guys, you're up buddies. Gonna scoot you. POV moment.
His voice barely whispers over the piano.
Oh, that was sorry, that was my voice. I was supposed to give it my voice. Oh well.
The atmosphere is everything. Buddies, it transforms a house into a sanctuary.
Do you think his parents, like this was their favorite song? He stepped closer, the distance between you closing slowly. He didn't touch you this time, but the way he lingered just outside your personal space felt like a claim. Excuse me, I burped.
You look so thoughtful. What's on your mind, my love? I hope it's
alright that I looked at your framed photos.
Oh, which ones?
His eyes trailed to the fireplace. The fireplace mantle. Uh-oh, he's like not okay with it. If you're not okay with it being viewed, do not have it out. Your little family photo.
Oh, yeah. I was a cute kid, right?
Cole blinked expectantly, his large eyes full of expectation. Even chat's scared to chat. That's why it's been silent for a while, says Virgil. What do you mean? Are you scared to chat about, Go. The suspense of him about to clap your cheekies? Kinda, yeah. The protagonist is about to get yanked. Yanked and yoinked cartoon style. Jeez. Have you guys seen Vivzy Pop? Spindle Horse Productions? Their sex scenes are crazy, man. It's like, it's very humorous. That's what I'm expecting. Something comical. Or it could be like their shadows being intimate, but never really showing explicit images of their characters physically. I've been too busy playing to chat it up, says Christian. Sup, Christine? Cole blinked expectantly, his large eyes full of expectation. He wants you to compliment how cute he is. He seemed to thrive on praise and compliments, however rarely given. So his language of love... Sorry, I have so much saliva. When I'm talking, it's really hard to swallow and pause. So I end up accumulating so much spit in my mouth. The only horses I know is Uma, says Virgil. Virgil's so cute. Yeah, so his language of love is verbal affirmations. Let me save real quick. I'm gonna say yes. Sure. Maybe he can let us out for once. You had a cute baby face for sure. Cole giggled softly, his blush deepening.
That's nice of you to say.
Any of you guys falling for the antagonist? You look so angry? Did you hate your parents that much? I'm gonna say you looked kind of angry. You look cute but angry.
Well, I didn't exactly want to be there.
He glanced over at the picture.
But in the end, they were still my parents, and I didn't have a say on what happened.
Did you hate your parents that much?
Yes.
His eyes got bigger, man. He said that a little too quickly.
Well, that's a touch harsh.
He squinted his eyes thoughtfully.
It's more like I felt for them how much they felt for me, which wasn't a lot.
Tell me more. I'm curious.
You really want to know?
He tilts his head, studying your face as if searching for something.
It's nothing interesting.
He looks back towards the photo, his thin, neglected mother, and his tall, angry father. Faces he doesn't care to even keep around his house. I bet he tore it off and ate it like a weirdo. He's like, I hate you so much. Ate the picture of the photo. Like, he didn't want to throw it away or burn it. He just ate it. He's like eating his feelings, one picture at a time. I'm just being goofy. I fell asleep through the stream, says Evie. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, baby Evie. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, baby Evie.
They weren't bad people. They just didn't know what to do with me.
I mean, they procreated. They did jaboinka boinka. Jaboinka boinka. They did bling, bang, bang, born. And there Cole was. His dad showed his bling bling. His mom got to... his dad got to bang bang. And then born. That was always my interpretation of that. I think it's a song. Bling, bang, bang, born. The parents banged several times and then you were born. But they got it on because they were attracted to each other by the bling bling. You know what I mean? Bling bling is like gold and jewelry vibe, you know?
They didn't know what to do with me.
Yeah, they procreated. Like, what were they expecting? This kind of dumb. His voice softens, almost nostalgic, but not fond.
I wasn't an easy kid. I didn't work like...
Oh, wait, what? Excuse me.
I didn't work like them. I didn't act like them.
What is that supposed to mean? You're supposed to be your own person, Cole. You're not supposed to be a direct copy of your parents. You're supposed to become your own person. You know what I mean? Maybe they were expecting him to be like a copy of them?
They didn't try to understand what was wrong with me.
Maybe you needed therapy. Maybe tying people up is not a way to acknowledge your feelings? He sighed, as if thinking about his childhood was putting a damper on his mood. Yeah, he was about to start, you know. I think he was about to get groovy. Let's get groovy, mama, groovy. Like Aristocats. Has anybody seen the movie Aristocrats? I love that movie. And they start dancing. Groovy, let's get groovy.
There really wasn't much to do with me. I'll give them that. But it's that lack of effort that ultimately drove me away.
He exhales slowly. Shoulders sinking, the record continued to play its soft melody, filling the empty gaps of their space with something warm.
I think they were afraid of me. I think I was afraid of them.
Weird. That's a weird relationship, like you're both predators and you're afraid to turn on each other. He turns back to you, expression unreadable. Was he expecting you to speak now? Did you ever find out what was wrong?
Upbeat. Mostly.
Cole looked back at the photo one last time before turning fully toward you.
I don't want to talk about them anymore. I'd rather talk about us.
Eee. He studies your face for a long, quiet moment.
You look tired.
He says it gently, just loud enough to be in your space, but not too much to be anything else but caring. He shifts closer on the couch, knees brushing yours. Uh-oh. Freaky! Are you guys ready to get flisky? Without the whiskey?
I hate seeing you like this.
Oh my god, do you think he gave us what was wrong with him? Do you think he has a disease that makes him live forever? Are we both like rotting away in here? I'm fine. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with this BS. Let's be honest. Let me let Kimchi out. He wants to be free. My Kimchi. I'm fine or I'm overwhelmed. I guess we're overwhelmed. I cannot lie. I'm overwhelmed. I think I've been overwhelmed for a long time. Cole's expression softens instantly, like the admission hits him somewhere deep.
I know, sweetheart.
He moves closer without hesitation, arms sliding around you. Cole holds you carefully, tight enough to feel safe, controlled enough to feel steady. I'm sorry. This whole it's like 50 Shades of Cole. It's not even like 50 Shades of Grey. It's 50 Shades of Cole, guys. I need to retitle this. 50 Shades of Cole, Part 1. Your taped fingers press lightly against his chest, but he doesn't say anything. He rests his chin on your shoulder. He smells good. Oh, good. He bathes. Except we never take a shower. Oh my god, can I take a shower, please? At least have like a scenes where we say we take a shower at least.
I'm here, he says. If you want me around or not.
His breath warms the side of your neck. Uh-oh.
I'll always be here.
If he meant in your heart or not, your presence, you didn't know. He squeezes you once, gentle and grounding.
Just stay with me for a minute.
Aww. Cutie. It was a moment like this that makes it easy for you to stop resisting for a moment. Everybody needs a hug. Everybody wants a hug. We all need a hug. Guys, in college, at university, there were people giving away free hugs, and sometimes I wanted to go up to them and get a hug, but I was scared to be awkward. For a while, I had a thing where my whole body would tense up and shake if I was touched or hugged. I don't know if I secretly have like I'm just not a very touchy person. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry. I don't want to be touched sometimes. But like there are moments where I do want hugs, but I guess it's just like I used to freeze and shake, like convulse almost, well, right when I hugged people. Like I was that anxious to be that close to people in general, family, friends, whatnot. To slip back into a dazed sort of existence. Here, there was nothing outside of just you and him in this moment. Excuse me. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I thought it would be quiet. It was not a quiet burp. Excuse me. I ate pizza before I got onto live stream, so it's just digesting. Burping and being gassy is a good sign you're digesting. You could almost forget there's something bigger coming for you. Almost. Cole lets out a slow breath, grounding himself. What is it like? What do you mean grounding himself? Like, what is he gonna do? Like, start eating us or something? Like a cannibal?
Thank you for spending time with me.
They had to have been into. Whoa, guys. Wow. Whoa. Have you seen Wall-E? And there's a character that goes, whoa, 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 wow. Wow, wow. It's a little robot that like cleans after Wall-E. And it makes those noises. You spent a few more moments together, quietly existing with each other, as Cole switched out of the record a few more times. He exchanged memories for time, speaking fondly of experiences you had no memory of. I'm sure they were intimate at some point. Eventually, he got up to prepare lunch. Like any other day. Is he wearing eyeshadow? I think he's wearing makeup. You'd followed after your boyfriend, hovering around the kitchen. You didn't want to bother him, but there really wasn't much else to do. Cole?
Yes, my love?
Cole never eats, guys. I have never seen him drink a cup of water. I don't think he poos or pees. He's not normal. He really is, like, supernatural. So weird. That's so weird to say. He doesn't eat or poop. Cole chirped, reaching for his apron but pausing halfway to respond.
Would you mind making me something other than...
Look, I have a tongue. Would you mind making me something other than a sandwich? Yeah, let's make an omelet. He leaned over the table towards you where you stood. He's shocked and offended. He's like, you don't like my sandwiches? No, kind of.
You don't like it?
I don't know. I could use something different every now and then. Like pizza! You shrugged. Cole's face was hard to read for a moment before he widely smiled. He smiled widely. I reversed the words. Meow, 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 meow.
I'd love to.
Really? Cole's voice was steady over the rhythmic tapping of a knife hitting a cutting board. Like this? Right?
A lot of people have told me the silence of the house was eerie, since it was usually so empty, but I find it clarifying.
The scent of toasted sourdough and melted cheese began to drift through the air. He's making a grilled cheese sandwich. Yum, yum, yum. It was a domestic smell, something that belonged in a cozy cottage, not in a place where the doors were padlocked and windows were boarded up. You watched him through the doorway, his movements fluid and precise, the pink apron he wore contrastingly sharply with the intensity of his focused gaze.
Lunch is almost ready,
he added, his tone shifting into that warm, honeyed cadence that always made you forget, for a split second, that you were a prisoner of his affection. He plated the grilled cheese with precision, cutting the sandwich into 2 perfect triangles. He set a bowl of tomato soup beside it. You sat down at the small wooden table. The silence he praised felt heavier than usual. He slid his plate toward you, the golden brown crust of the sandwich glistening under the kitchen lightly. I was trying to simulate the noise of, like, you know, the shifting of, like, plates, but I don't have a plate with me to make the noise.
Pretty plating eye.
What? You poked at the sandwich, the cheese stretching in a satisfying gooey string. I was just thinking that you're very precise, even with the food. Everything is always so symmetrical. Cole let out a soft humming laugh, leaning his chin and his hand as he watched you take your first bite.
Precision is a form of love, don't you think? To care for the smallest detail is to care for the whole. Plus, I used to be a chef.
Really? You should go do that again if it gave you purpose, you know what I mean? If it gave him purpose, he should go do it again. The conversation drifted, circling around the mundane. Cole was in a particularly good mood, his topics light and his voice airy. What kind of cheese is this? You had asked between bites. It was decadent, salty, but not too salty.
It's cheddar and Gruyere.
Cole responded easily.
The last in my fridge, actually. I don't typically buy cheese that much anymore.
Sugar?
Gruyere.
That's what I said. No, it isn't. He leaned into the playful banter that almost masked all the things tucked away. It was easy to lose yourself in the warmth of the room. The feeling of being cherished by someone who noticed every minor detail about you. However, as the meal wound down, the air shifted. Cole didn't move to clear the plates. Instead, he stayed leaned in, his eyes scanning your face with an intensity that felt less like affection and more like an audit. He was searching for something, a flicker of recognition, a sign of returning memory, or perhaps just a sign that you were still under his spell. He smiled warmly as he cleared the table.
If you want some time to yourself, now's the time, my love.
You nodded, your gaze trailing to the corner Cole had disappeared past to get his record player. I'm gonna go to the basement? You were curious about the basement. Cole called out over his shoulder before you could go.
Oh, would you like something different for dinner as well?
Yeah, that sounds really nice. He hummed out an acknowledgement, finalizing your conversation. You glanced back at Cole, who was humming... Excuse me, sorry. You glanced back at Cole, who was humming softly to himself as he washed his plates and bowl. You drifted further into the hallway past the living room, and the stairs back up, your fingertips trailing along the bland wallpaper. That was when you saw it, a narrow door tucked behind a shadowed corner. Unlike the other doors, it wasn't boarded up or even locked. It was simply closed with a handle that felt ice cold against your palm. You pressed your ear to the wood. There was no sound, but there was a draft. A thin, sharp current of air that smelled of damp concrete, and something rottenly metallic like old rusting pennies. It was the only place in the house that didn't smell of Cole's pervasive warmth. The door pulled open easily, and without a noise. Oh, sorry, I gave it a noise. You flicked on the light switch next to the door, revealing a steep set of wooden stairs that plunged downward into a yawning void of darkness, your heart drumming a frantic rhythm against your ribs. After another moment of doubt, you flickered the light off and slowly closed the door. Oh, hell no! Same. You were curious, but not that curious. As you turn around to head back to the living room, you jump a little out of your skin at the sight of Cole leering down the hallway with the record player tucked neatly under his arm. His expression is scared, but also relieved. A moment of silence passed between you two.
There's nothing down there,
Cole said monotonously. I believe you, Cole.
Just junk that cluttered space up here that I didn't have room for.
I understand, Cole. Knowing him, he was probably lying. But at that same time, you weren't too sure if you'd want to find out the truth.
You don't have to be so careful around me, honey.
Cole murmured, his voice regaining terms of tenderness as he stepped closer.
You can be curious. You can even be suspicious. I've always loved that spark in you, the way you refuse to just accept the world as it is handed to you.
He reached out to brush the strands of his hair from your forehead. Strands of hair from your forehead. For a moment, the tension from the basement door dissipated, replaced by that suffocatingly sweet domesticity. He shrugged towards the living room, signaling that that's where you should be. Away from here. He stepped past you towards the basement, opening the door and shutting, what the? I have to reword that. He stepped past you towards the basement, opening the door and shutting it right behind him. A telltale click informing you that he'd lock it behind him. Oh, he locked it? That afternoon stretched into a slow, slurpy blur. Cole spent the hours in a state of high-functioning devotion. He didn't hover, but he was always there. A shadow in the periphery, a soft football in the hallway, a sudden warm hand on your shoulder as you read. Every time you caught his eye, he beamed with a quiet pride? Okay, some of these words gotta go. Every time you caught his eye, he beamed with a quiet sense of pride, as if your mere presence in the room was a trophy he had won. He kept dustless. However, as the light began to fail, shifting from a pale gold to a bruised purple outside, the cracks of the shutters, the atmosphere shifted. Cole retreated to the kitchen, the rhythmic thumping of his prep work echoing through the house. Evening had passed quickly, boringly so, and before you knew it, you were in bed. Wednesday? Ding 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 ding. The silence of the house usually felt like a blanket, but tonight it felt like a veil. You wake up to a rhythmic, gritty scraping that echoed up through the floorboards. You lay still for a long time, staring at the ceiling, listening to the cadence of the noise. Scrape, swirl, crush. Scrape, swirl, crush. It wasn't until you heard a soft knocking at the front door did you finally snap to alertness. A cold curiosity, sharper than your fear, nudged you out of bed. You crept out of your bedroom, your feet finding the cold spots on the hard wood to avoid the creaks. From the top of the stairs, you saw his tendrils moving to open the door. You slowly peered down the stairs, careful not to be seen. Cole was sitting at the table. Oh my gosh, his hair is so freaking long. It's like his hair is his limbs. Through the chair you usually sat at was repositioned. He was using a mortar and pestle, the heavy stone bowl grinding something, white and brittle into fine chalky powder. I just made that sound effect with the figurine I have. You watched the way his shoulders shifted, the tension in his frame suggesting a level of concentration that bordered on desperation. Then the door unlocked. Another person opened the front door from the other side.
Where were you? You're late.
Your eyes widened at the sight of a unfamiliar man entering the house. A tall, dark-skinned man with long blonde wigs, holding a paper bag of what looked to be groceries.
I'm sorry.
His voice was low, lower than Cole's, but with a consistent, exhausted tone. Let me do something real quick. His voice was low, lower than Cole's, but with a consistent, exhausted tone. I don't know if I can go that deep, but I could try. Okay, let me see if I can try giving a really low tone.
I got held up at work.
He set the bag down on the table next to Cole, beginning to quietly unload his items. I'm back, just got done cooking, says PK. Oh, good. I'm glad you're cooking and eating, guys. I like hearing about you guys prepping for dinner or for like your next big meal. I love food. What'd you make for dinner?
This week has been so difficult.
Cole murmured, going back to quietly crushing the pills. Using my figurine again. Making those pill crushing noises.
Buddies is upset with me. I keep messing up.
The man moves around the kitchen with as much precision as Cole does, tucking a loaf of bread in a cabinet, placing a fresh carton of eggs in the refrigerator. Cole continues to catch up in detail of the events of the past few days, expressing his feelings and thoughts on the things he had kept secret in front of you. What really caught your eye was the newly filled bottles of pills he slowly pulled out at the end. The same ones Cole was crushing. What did these pills do? Was Cole feeding you them?
I just think that everything is going to end really soon.
I hope so. This is really effed up, bro. Cole murmured, indicating the last of his thoughts.
Doesn't this feel like a rising action? Until the big thing happens that decides how the rest of our lives will play out?
The other man nods his head. It was clear he wasn't a very talkative guy. What you hadn't seen coming was the small white handkerchief he pulled out of his pocket, along with a small bottle of something clear. He poured some out into his cloth, slowly walking behind Cole's line of sight as he continued to murmur quietly to himself.
I'm sure you're right.
He hummed before pressing the cloth to Cole's mouth and nose. He squeaked with surprise, struggling for a moment before immediately slumping forward. Damn! His floating strands of hair slowly dropped and drooped and fell, though some stayed connecting to the ceiling. That's very disturbing.
Phew.
The other man sighed quietly, tossing the cloth into the sink and looking down at his passed-out friend. Time for the jazzy stuff! That made into fried rice, says PK. I used up every leftover in the fridge special. Ooh, it's stir-fried rice. Sounds delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I haven't had fried rice in a long time. I need to make some. I have a rice cooker. Oh, I just hurt myself. I hurt myself. What really shocked you was when he began speaking again.
I didn't mean for you to see that.
I gotta raise it lower.
I didn't mean for you to see that. I was planning on waking you up myself, but I guess this is fine too.
He turned around to look directly at where you were sitting up on the stairs.
Come on, let's talk.
Like he's kind of drunk or tired. Probably both. I'm gonna say tired more. Your heart hammered against your ribs. For a long moment, you didn't move, your grip tightening on the banister as if you stared at the man who had just completely knocked out the guy keeping you in this house. Yeah, it's time to bounce, man. Now's our opportunity. The shock of seeing Cole, usually so poised, slumped over the table like a broken doll, was jarring. But it was the man's gaze that angered you. His eyes weren't harsh like Cole's, but tired, weighted with a weariness that felt relatable. Slowly, you descended the stairs. As you entered the kitchen, the sharp chemical scent of the chloroform still lingered in the air. You stopped a few feet away from him, your eyes darting from the unconscious form of Cole to the man who had just played the role of this infiltrator.
I'm Zeke,
He said, his voice a calm rumble that didn't match his actions. He didn't move toward you, and he didn't look like he really wanted to.
Cole's old friend.
He gestured vaguely toward the passed-out figure of Cole.
Sorry about the dramatics. He doesn't like hearing things he doesn't want to, and he's a real stubborn guy.
You looked at the knocked-over mortar and pestle, the white powder still clinging to the stone, and then back to the pill bottles. The realization that your daily recovery was probably a curated chemical haze hit you like an epiphany. You turned back to Zeke, who was already nodding slowly, like he knew that you had put the pieces together. I'm not actually sick, am I? He slowly shook his head. No, Cole's the one who's sick, man. He's feeding me pills to have me forget things, isn't he? He slowly nods again, his lips pressed into a tight line. Cole needs to see a doctor. Not me. I'm fine. I probably still need to see a doctor to see if my vitals are okay, but... He glanced at Cole, his expression softening into something like pity as he rubbed the back of his neck.
He thinks he's saving you, in his own twisted way, but the truth is, he's just terrified of you running away from him when you remember everything he's done. Which you absolutely should. He's as irredeemable as an irredeemable gets. But that's why I'm here, buddies.
You blinked. Blink, blink. Blink, 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 blink. Huh?
I'm getting you out of here. But we can't do it now. There's still some things I have to do.
You whipped around at Cole, still very much unconscious at this kitchen table, and back at Zeke with a dumbfounded look. Why not now?
It's a long story.
Zeke sighed, walking toward the table once more.
But I suppose we do have all night.
He stared at Cole's body with an unsure expression. Yeah, let me go outside for the first time in a long time. Thank you very much. He slowly dug his hand into Cole's pocket, pulling out a key. He hesitated for a moment before leaning down to hoist up his friend under his arm like an animal. He looked stupid. He stared blankly at you with no words. You didn't know what exactly it was he was waiting for. You squint your eyes a little, making a face. He shifts Cole around, grunting softly as he slings him over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes instead. Wow. He stares at you again, as if silently asking if this was better. You make an incredulously expression, shrugging your shoulders. He shrugged his own, turning towards the stairs with Cole slung heavily on his arm. Zeke navigated the stairs with a rhythmic, heavy thud after flickering on the lights. Cole's slim body bouncing slightly against his shoulder with every step. It was a surreal image, the domestic terror of the house reduced to a piece of luggage being hauled upstairs. You followed close behind, your curiosity overriding the lingering fear, your footsteps light and hurried as you tried to keep the pace of the taller man. As Zeke fumbled with the keys and the padlock with one hand, you tried to slip past Zeke to see inside his room, but a surprisingly firm arm suddenly barred your path. it wasn't a shove. It was a firm, steady boundary that halted your momentum.
Wait here, please.
Zeke's voice was barely a vibration. You watched from a hallway, listening to the muffled sounds of Cole being dropped onto a mattress. A moment later, the door clicked shut, and Zeke reappeared, leaning his back against the wall and crossing his arm over his chest. The dim hallway light cast deep shadows across his face, making him look like someone who had spent far too many nights dealing with things that shouldn't exist.
All right,
Zeke said, his gaze scanning your face.
you've got 1,000 questions. I can see them spinning in your head. Start with the big one.
Why are you in my house? This is not our house, this is his house. Where's Phoebe? Who are you really? What do the pills do? Where's Phoebe? Who are you? Where's Phoebe? Cole mentioned Phoebe. You asked, your voice trembling. The photo. Cole said we were all friends once. Where is she? If you're here to get me out, is she already gone? Zeke's gaze dropped to the floor. The exhaustion in his eyes looked like silence stretching until his distant hum of the refrigerator downstairs sounded like a scream.
Phoebe was the first to realize Cole's devotion was actually a hunger.
Did he date Phoebe? Was I his rebound? Damn, that kind of stinks, guys. We are Cole's rebound. Apparently he dated Phoebe.
She's dead.
Was all he said. Ew. So Cole is a cannibal? I don't care about the pills. We all know what the pills do. Who are you really? Zeke shifted his weight, his shoulders leaning harder into the wall, as if physical pressure helped him hold back the words.
A coward. I'm someone who waited too late to finally do something.
So what the hell's in Cole's room? Pictures of, like, all the women he obsessed over? Excuse me. He looked at you with a strange sort of warmth.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I know you know more than Cole thinks you do. I've been weaning you off the medication by emptying half the bottles and filling them back up with duds.
The air in the hallway seemed to thin. I don't think we should be talking about this right outside of Cole's room. I don't think the chloroform's gonna help. I don't think it's gonna last as long as we're hoping. Every time you had felt a flicker of clarity, every time the fog had lifted just enough to make you question the locks on the doors that had been him.
I know you're probably really confused, and I'm sorry. I'm doing this for you and for Cole. This obsession he has with you is ruining you both. Eventually, you'd overdose on the pills and he'd die of starvation. He can't sustain himself on the energy of a dying mind for long. I care about you two too much to let it happen, okay?
You nodded after a moment, slowly digesting the words.
Any day now, Cole won't be able to keep up that form much longer. It's been slipping out of his control more and more every day. And if he doesn't eat...
Zeke trailed off, his voice dropping to a whisper.
Bottom line is, I don't want this to happen. I don't know how you feel about any of this, but I'm being selfless here. I'm being selfish here. I can't help myself.
He has them together. Cole and the protagonist, which we renamed as buddies for, like, the community. He's having them both. He thinks he can save Cole by letting Cole feed off of you. But he knows it can't sustain for very much longer. And I guess he eats. Literally, he will literally, like, eat you.
You just need to trust me.
I don't think it's our house. I don't know. Zeke let out a dry, huffing sound that might have been a laugh if it weren't so devoid of humor.
Technically, this isn't your house.
He corrected, softly.
It's just a place where Cole decided you'd be safest. Which, as you probably noticed by the medication and the locked doors, is his way of saying where I can keep you under my thumb.
You said you were friends. If you're friends, why are you knocking him out and sneaking around? Zeke's gaze drifted toward the closed bedroom door.
We were a long time ago before Cole decided that love meant this. He doesn't see people as people anymore. He doesn't want your affection, buddies. He wanted your anatomy. He wanted to be the one thing you remember, the only person you need. These pills don't just cause memory loss. They prune the part of your mind that makes you want to leave.
The revelation made your heart drop to your feet. Every kind gesture Cole had made over the last few days, the careful meals, the soft words, the obsessive attention, suddenly felt like an elaborate performance. You looked at Zeke, really looking at him, noticing the way he didn't seem surprised by any of this. What, so this is coming from some sort of savior complex? Savior complex?
Savior complex? He must be joking. It's a place of concern, bird.
What do the pills do? Zeke let out a long, slow breath.
They're a sort of eraser. They target the short-term memories and the emotional triggers that keep you grounded in who you are.
Why would he do that? Why would he want me to forget everything? Zeke's expression remained the same.
Because Cole is a rotting monster.
Yikes.
Oh, I wasn't being mean. He's literally a monster, and he's literally rotting.
Is that why he's getting tired and exhausted? He paused, then did something unexpected. He wiggled his hair. Oh my gosh, they're all the same species. They moved independent of each other, withering like snakes for only an instant before it stopped.
Creatures like him, creatures like me, we can't be exposed to humans for too long, in that state without things starting to degrade. You start to go insane. You start to lose your grip on reality, your identity, your will, as you were doing.
Oh my gosh, my voice hurts. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to do Zeke's voice. I don't think I can go that low. It's like unnaturally low for me.
The only way he thought he could prevent the craze was to make you forget. If you don't remember the things that were triggering the breakdown, he thought he could stay here with him.
He thought you could stay here with him. Sorry guys, my voice really hurts. He looked at you, his eyes weighed with a profound sadness. I'm sorry guys. I really want to use the voice I've been giving him, but there's so much dialogue. Let me take some swigs of coffee.
He did want to help you, buddies, but he just went crazy along the way.
Zeke gently pats your head. Oh gosh, sorry. It was sort of an awkward gesture, but it felt nice. It wasn't a touch that demanded anything from you.
You should head to sleep. I'll be gone when you wake up, but I want to be fair. I want to be far away.
He glanced at the storage room.
It would be better if you had your phone, though. I guess I'll have to deal with that, too.
He murmured softly to himself.
Guess I'm busy tonight.
He watched as you returned to your room before heading downstairs to discard up the pills. The hallway light was turned off and the house was quiet once again. Da da da. End of the demo for now by Julian! Thank you for playing! Maybe try again for a new route. You might find something new. Guys, not bad. We're gonna do this first route and we'll come back with a part 2. It's gonna be 50 Shades of Cole and it's gonna be like part 1, part 2 series. I hope you enjoyed it. I really tried my best with the voices. It's an interesting series. I think Cole's trying to turn you into him. And that's why Zeke is like curious to see if it's possible. Because Cole's like really freakishly wanting you to become like him so he can take you away, is my theory. A round of applause, guys. You guys are the real ones for staying with this creepy story about some awkward yaoi. I chose the male protagonist option. PK! Yeah, round of applause, guys! My voice hurts. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow and Friday. Unfortunately, I did not get a break between streams, and this weekend I am so busy. I'm not getting any sleep. Sunday, I'm helping family. Saturday, I get to go on like an outing for the first time. Like I probably will tell you much later, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll only announce like big important stuff. But yeah, Saturday I go out with friends. Sunday I'm helping family with something. Excuse me, I burped. Not bad. But that's my theory. I think Cole is trying to turn us into whatever he is. And that's why he said it was hard to get along with his parents because species wise, I guess they don't get along. Like, his parents reproduced and created him, and they weren't sure how he would turn out. So, kind of weird. I bet there's multiple endings they're coming out with. Thanks for the stream, says Virgil. You're so welcome. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start hosting stream at 7 p.m. maybe for a while because when I get home, I want to have an opportunity to eat and take a shower. I get home like really late now because it's so far. I'm so far from my job since I've moved to the apartments. It's like almost like an hour drive now. I'm trying to find a job closer to where I live, so cross our fingers that I get another job opportunity with, that's not a contract position is what I'm looking for. I don't mind the job position I have right now. But I want something... Yeah, we'll return for, like, the full version. Okay. So... It's time to chat! Oh, gosh. Hello! Oh, no, I'm too short. Hi, guys! Hi, guys! Why am I turned that way? Oh, no! There I am! So, guys! So, yeah. Not bad. This series has been around for several months. And it looked really fun to voice. I watched different people play it, but there's multiple routes. But the multiple routes, like the first route you experience is much longer because you have to read a lot of different dialogue. The part 2 of 50 Shades of Cole, Kohl, that's what we're gonna call it. The 50 Shades of Cole is series because it's 50 Shades of effed up and freaky. I'll be there for the streams and hopefully I'm not late, says Linksy. No worries. I actually, back in the day when I first started live streaming, I was hosting streams at 7 p.m. Excuse me, or sometimes 7:30. Because I used to exercise before I got into live stream, which is like a really healthy habit. I told myself, if you're gonna live stream, you're gonna exercise either the day before or right when you get home. I used to have a really nice routine and schedule, but it gets thrown off because I'm like stuck in a car for like an hour. And then by the time I get home, I'm heat exhausted because it's like 100 degrees outside. I'm literally baking inside of a car. Like, no matter how I think about it, I'm like wrapped up in tinfoil. And I'm baking the whole ride home. It's like so freakishly hot. I get home and my cheeks are red. My whole face is red like a tomato. Like a strawberry. I'm as red as a strawberry. And I'm like, I need a shower. And I'm hungry. Hopefully it'll get better So yeah, cross our fingers. I'm looking at jobs. I'm applying. I'm getting interviews. I'm shocked too. I've been applying to jobs for months already, but it's the first time I got an interview, which I'm really excited for. I have an interview tomorrow. I haven't told my family. I think I told my sister and my dad, but I haven't told like my older sister or my mom yet. I have been telling them I'm looking at other jobs, so cross our fingers. It's like an administrative assistant role, which is easier for me. As a streamer, I don't want a job that's going to take up and preoccupy a lot of my time. I want set hours, set schedule, so I know how to schedule my streams. Some people will have a job where they can do overtime, right? Therefore, having the opportunity... Sorry, I'm itchy. I'm scratching my head. You hear the noise? Some people who have overtime opportunities sometimes will work a lot longer hours, but thankfully, I'm looking at jobs specifically salary-based, which means you get no overtime. And a place that allows me to have like time off for Christmas. The one I'm looking at right now, you can take half a day on Christmas Eve. And then I think you get Christmas Day off. I don't know. I think they go by government holidays, which is nice. So Labor Day you get off, which is a government holiday. Or like, let's say Thanksgiving. I think you get half a day before Thanksgiving. And it sounds like it's really nice. Like, that's what I have already. I don't get Thanksgiving Eve off. Some people do. Thankfully, it's nothing different than what I'm accustomed to, other than I might get insurance. It's been so long since I've had dental and health insurance. I've kind of been doing without it for the past 2 years and a half. Contract work is good, but if you're looking forward to something more stable, I recommend just continue applying to jobs that fit your criteria. Never just take any job. Choose a job that really fits your schedule. For me, it's Monday through Friday, set hours. I don't want to do nighttime. I don't want to do night shifts because that's going to throw me off. I'm going to be less productive, probably miserable. So like that, for example, figure out what kind of life you want. Do you want to be up all night and sleep all day? You know, that's the life of some people. They have night shifts. GL, good luck on the interview tomorrow, says PK. Thank you so much. I have to probably prep what I'm gonna wear. I'm so gassy. It's embarrassing to say, but when women are on their menstrual, you're gassy, you're emotional. I hate it so much. Your ovaries, like your body's swollen because like your body's like cleaning itself out. The conversation you'll have with your wife or girlfriend, these are the conversations you'll have. So I'm like prepping you for it. That's why I was so burpy on stream. It's either out one way or the other way. And I'd rather burp on stream than toke it up with some toot-toots. I don't want to fart on stream. I would feel so grossed out. It's coming from my own, you know. It's coming from my own cheeks, but jeez, I'd be so embarrassed. Crazy. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm taking like a half a day from work and I'm going to be prepping I'm going to go online and read on some interview questions and then format my way. Like what I learned recently just talking to family, it's been a while since I've done an interview. I did a telephonic interview, which is like telephone, which means no video. Some people do Zoom or Teams for an interview, but thankfully they're old-fashioned and they want to do in person, which I think is great. It's a motivator. I think in-person interviews are a motivator. Sorry, excuse me. Why? I'm trapped inside of my body. It is super burpy. I think in-person interviews sets a whole standard for you to, be conscious of how you dress, be conscious of how you smell, your hygiene, your appearance. I think that's such a good, healthy exposure that a lot of people in this day and age don't always get to have. So I thought it was really nice. The only thing I am concerned about is that this job is not, when it comes to their archive system, it's so outdated. During the interview, I was asking questions because you ask questions for the company so you get an understanding of their work culture. For example, I'm sure you're familiar with these questions. After they interview you, whether it be in person or telephonic, you get the option of like being asked, okay, now that I've interviewed you and you've answered our questions, do you have any questions for our company and for your job position? Here are the great questions to ask, just socializing with you, something you probably have asked or some things you haven't asked but should if you're looking at like jobs and you're interviewing. You can ask them, how would you describe your work culture? Or how would you what kind of how do I put it? How do you dress? What is the dress code for work? That's the question. Do you have a dress code for work? Sometimes they'll say, yes, we prefer if you come in business attire. So that means like for women, it would be pants, skirt. It could be like blouse. It could be like certain shoes. You have to wear a certain kind of outfit. It really depends on the job. Like if you're in the legal law kind of career choice, they're going to have a certain type of outfit that you're going to have to wear every day. Like kind of like not just like a dress code, but also like a uniform. Or if you join the army, you're going to have like a uniform. Or if you go to work at a hospital, you definitely have to wear scrubs. That's certain attire you have to wear. But because it's an administrative assistant role for a company, I can't give you the company name because then like you'll know where I live, where I work and whatnot. Story time, but without like all the details of like where I live and where you can find me. Anyway, so the answer was business casual. Sometimes it is like jeans and a button shirt or a blouse for women. That sort of thing. Business casual. Okay. Another question other than what is the dress code? What is the work culture? The work culture can be like different responses. What else is another great question? Oh, a question could be, what is a good question? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of what I asked. Oh, do I have to pay for parking? Always ask if you have to pay for parking. That's a really great question. That's question number 3. These are really important. You could end up being hired and then paying $150 or $300 a month for parking. I unfortunately had the experience, sorry, I'm like itching my eye. I had the experience of paying $300 a month for parking. I was paying $20 Monday through Friday to park nearby the building because I still wasn't used to the city where I was working without exposing where I work right now. And then I found a parking garage where you pay $150 a month to park there. And so they give you like some sort of like swiping parking badge. And then you like, you're able to swipe yourself in and out of the parking garage. It's like covered parking. And I was wasting so much money working this contract position, and they pay really decent, but not enough for the cost of that much of an expenses with parking. It's a lot. So thankfully, this job I'm interviewing for, parking is free and available. So that means they have space for you to park, and it's not competitive parking. So I'm just kind of relieved, but we'll see. They tell you one thing, but you still have to check it out and see it for yourself. So I'll see tomorrow. So how is the work culture? How would you describe the work culture? What is the dress code? do I have to pay for parking? The third question. The fourth question would be, what are the set work hours? You know, and then they'll tell you the hours. For me, it's Monday through Friday, so I can have the weekends to stream or hang out with family. Weekends are very important to me because during the weekday, I work, and then most of the week, I'm streaming. So then I don't have enough time just for me. Live streaming is having time with your community. You know, you're chatting, playing games, interacting, and then sometimes outside of streaming, you need time, you need me time. That's very important. If you don't have me time, playing a game you enjoy, maybe going out and treating yourself to like boba, cafe, or doing something you like other than like, for example, streaming is a mixture of like you're doing something you enjoy, but it is a lot of interacting. And then me time, everyone needs a me time in quotation, which just refers to time with yourself where like you're hanging out with you and then you're not having to worry about like entertaining people in conversations. It's a kind of relaxed moment where you kind of depress. They call it decompress. Not depressed, like become depressed. You need moments to decompress from like your hobbies, like streaming, and from like work. Is this story over, says Evie? Yeah, the game's over. We finished the game, but we are going to return for a part 2 because there's different routes. So the game isn't complete, it's the demo. Excuse me, I burped. And there's like different routes and different conversations you can have with Cole. It's just a lot to record tonight, so we're gonna set it up in parts. I'll specifically put it under the demo so you know it's still in production. Dark Buddy says, I'd be careful what to ask. Some questions turn off interviewers. If you're curious, I'd ask employees first if you get a chance. That's a great valid point, Dark Buddy. I actually was talking to an employee. So I wasn't interviewing with the hiring manager. I was interviewing with the hiring manager's executive assistant. So that was really nice. PK says, don't dox yourself. I know. I did share my cosplay photo, which is different. Sharing a cosplay photo is when you're wearing a wig, when you're wearing makeup, when you're wearing like a costume outfit. It can really change up how you look. So I don't really feel like I really showed myself in the flesh. I feel like I just showed a cosplay photo, which to me is different. I think a casual photo of yourself versus a cosplay photo, like, you could look like an entirely different person. Natal Queen sheltering in. Yeah, so yeah, those are 4 great questions I asked because those aren't invasive questions. Those are important questions to ask. If they don't want to answer what your set hours are, then you have no reason to continue with an interview. If they can't answer honestly, then that's a sign that you should look elsewhere. If a job, if for example, if they can't answer where you're parking, if there's a dress code, if they have holiday hours, those are really simple, basic questions. Just remember how to phrase them. Phrase them simple and phrase them casually. Because you have to know, if you're going to work there, that's going to be where you spend most of your time. We spend most of our time not at home, not with family, working. We spend most of our time in a working environment. You want to make sure that you're in an environment that you're comfortable with being in and comfortable with the people you're around. If not, you're going to be a very miserable, unhappy person. And you don't want to live life like that. If they are not cool with you asking those 4 simple questions, then you should really consider what you're getting yourself into. I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't accept that job, but that's important. Being upfront about what they're expecting of you and then what you should expect from them. You're hiring them to pay you for a job position, which feels more empowering. That is the right perspective to have If you look at it like in desperation, like I need this job and, I want them to need me, you're going to be unhappy. You're going to be not as confident as you would be seeing it in the perspective as I'm hiring them to hire me. They're hiring me for a job, but I'm hiring them as an employer. It's like a two-way street. It doesn't work with they hire me, I work for them. No, they're also working with you and for you. That's what I was told growing up, because sometimes we give other people too much power over our well-being when we still have the choice to decline or accept that job. You could get an offer, but you still can tell them, hey, thank you for the offer. Is it okay? Is it okay if I consider my options, right? Let me consider my options, and let me, I'll get back to you on your job offer. And then you ask them how soon they want you to respond back, and they'll tell you by Friday or by next Monday, we'd like to hear back from you if you're accepting our job offer and conditions. That's very important. But I understand what you mean, Dark Buddy. That is a great thing to highlight. Some employers don't want to be asked those questions. And if that's how they're operating their office, then you have to ask yourself, do you want to work for an employer who can't give you set work hours? There has to be terms and conditions. It has to be upfront. So does the salary. You can't be in the dark. I have a story for you regarding jobs, because jobs, we're going to be working for the rest of our lives. And we have to consider what jobs we want to be in, because we're working probably, if you're working full time, for example, not everybody has a different schedule and a different way of, when it comes to income, there's different jobs they have, part-time, full-time, sometimes a mixture of both. You could be, for example, spending 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. That's 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week in this office or in this work job environment. It could be a factory, it could be a grocery store, it could be a Michael's for all I know. It could be construction. And you have to ask yourself, is this what I want to do for 40 hours a week for 3 years, 5 years? You know what I mean? Be meticulous. And sometimes the money's good, and sometimes there are like little things about it that you don't like, or you just want to move up and keep pursuing your career and, making improvements, going in this like positive upward direction where you make more money. And that's natural. When you first start a job, you're making $15 an hour. 5 years from there, you're wanting to make $20 an hour. That's normal, that's healthy, that's natural. Don't have anybody discourage you from wanting to only make $15 an hour for the rest of your life. That's not normal. Everybody's working their way up. It could be from, working at a grocery store, working at Starbucks, and then you're working in an office environment, because that's a step up, right? A step up the ladder. You're going from customer service to customer service on the phone, and then like filing. So you go to file clerk, and then you go to administrative assistant. Now it's a combination of customer service and file work, for example. That's kind of like the path I'm going. That's exactly how I did it. With file clerk to administrative assistant, because those jobs are always hiring. I don't want to be outside. That's not my thing. Some people love being outside. They love working in construction. They're good at it. Or somebody else, they're good at social media management. They're always on the computer. They're always managing different multi-platforms for different people. It could be somebody really enjoys part-time dog walking. They love the exercise. There's like different lifestyles. And that's another thing you should consider about dating. Some people have a certain lifestyle that they're accustomed to and that they like. And sometimes your lifestyles are so conflicting, it doesn't work. Like I said, maybe they really like dog walking, and you don't like that they dog walk too much, so you argue about it, even though for them it's like their only way to exercise, it's like a motivator. They feel motivated to walk someone's dog. It's just a random example. It could be relevant to someone. Christian! Okay, I'm back. Just had to do something on Discord with Pinch. Aw, that's cute. I'm glad you guys are friends. That's so cute. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's in short what I'm doing. But enough of story time. Thank you so much for coming. Leave a like if you enjoyed the story. I can't wait to come back with more. It's a really unique storyline. It's not something different than a yandere game, but a little different because this is more supernatural. And it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like typical yandere. This is more of like supernatural yandere. It's like a step further into something so much worse. But peace and love, guys. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow at 6:30, but we'll see. It's so hot. It's so freakishly hot. My priority is eat and take a shower, then live stream. I gotta take care of myself. But peace and love. Thank you for coming. I'll see you next time. Bye!